Good evening, everyone. It's just brilliant to have you all this evening. Along with the participating audience, we also have 5 enthusiastic contestants raring to enter the stage and deliver their presentations as part of the world's best trainers competition. We are sure or looking forward to a string of engrossing presentations today. This project, World's Best Trainers Contest, is part of our ongoing initiative, which is called Participes to Scientia, which is sharing of knowledge. You may be wondering what's the connect between the onset of the pandemic, sharing your knowledge, and the contest for world's best trainers. Let me step back and lead to the events that unfolded a year ago. In February 2020, just a month before the pandemic, the TopLeague and Business Training and Business Consulting was incorporated formally. The pandemic hit in the month of March, and it created a large disruption in the commerce, social life, personal and professional life, and economies across the countries in the globe. While we are witnessing the disruptions, the new normal has also been emerging as an outcome of the pandemic. The new normal challenges the existing beliefs, tool sets, and environment in all the spheres of life. People must upskill themselves to face and grow in this new reality. Training, which has been predominantly offline, has significantly moved into online platform, and it is here is what today. For this reason, we in the Participate to Scientia decided that we will stage a contest for world's best trainers, and in the process, identify the best trainers with the real skills and tool sets for the new environment which is blossoming up. We wanted to project them to the corporate world so that all the corporates will be able to tap into this pool of trainers to drive their internal transformative processes in the coming days. Friends, the contest is absolutely free for both the contestants and the audience, and we would definitely urge everyone here to attend every day and benefit from the knowledge of the resource persons. Friends, the first speaker for the day, incidentally, is Mr. Maria Velankani, and he is going to speak on the topic technology, the disruptions and the ensuing transformations, which is very much connected to what I said earlier. Mr. Maria is a HR professional with a decade of experience in industries of FMCG, banking, and pharma domains. He is always eager to learn new skills, which keeps him driving and motivating. He is passionate about creative writing, traveling, and he is very specifically trying different cuisines. I now welcome Mr. Maria to take the stage and deliver his presentation. Over to you, Mr. Maria.
Thank you, Mr. Mohan. Thank you so much for the quick introduction. So please allow me a minute while I share my screen.
Yeah, I think I've given you the co-host. You can share your screen. Just check that out, please. Yeah, you can do that.
I request please confirm if my screen is visible.
It is visible. Yes, you can go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much once again, Mr. Mohan, for setting up the context and a quick introduction about me. So I'd be privileged to present the session on technology disruption with you all. Okay. So this evening, I have not come alone to present this presentation with you. I have a friend of mine who is here, and I'm sure you guys are looking at him on the screen. He's the small chatbot. He's my companion. Okay, and his name we call him as Atom, A-T-O-M. His name is Atom. So by way of hands, can everyone say hi, Atom? Good evening.
Hi, Atom.
All right. So Atom also.
Hi, Atom. Good evening.
Thank you so much. And there the smile goes for Atom. And Atom is very happy to be amongst you all in today's presentation. Okay, so today, this session is all about technology disruption. Okay, so before I move on with the next slide, I quickly wanted to understand from some of y'all, according to you, what is technology?
I'll ask them to share in the chat box.
Sure.
Yeah. Participants may share it in the chat box. Mr. Nagireddy says applied engineering.
All right, great. Applied engineering.
Make things easier, facilitating in operations.
Okay, makes things easier and facilitating with day-to-day operations. Absolutely, certainly.
Mhm. Engineering applied to science.
Applied science and engineering.
Yeah.
Perfect. Is there any other responses?
Techniques, science plus engineering, or making things faster.
Making things faster. Certainly, as everyone has defined your perception of what technology, which is absolutely right.
It's technique plus knowledge, technology.
Perfect. Technique plus knowledge, combination of both technique and the knowledge that you implement or apply with the help of science is technology. Okay, so this is some of the quotes which has been told by Albert Einstein. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Yes, someone rightly did mention a technique, a combination of technique and knowledge gives you technology, a successful technology. So imagination is definitely more important than knowledge for us to create or provide the applied science towards creating a new technology. And we also have another person, Emily Green, who does mention that technology gives us the facility to lessen the barriers of time and distance in our day-to-day activities. There was someone did mention that where technology helps us in reduce our day-to-day operations or day-to-day tasks that we do carry forward in our daily lives. So with this thought process in mind, I'd like to quickly introduce myself. So I'll be the facilitator for today's session. And I'm a human resource professional for the decade of experience, and I have a passion towards technology. Okay, so where I believe that HR and technology needs to be embedded together in driving people practices across organizations. So this is a quick brief or a short summary or introduction about myself. So let's see, what are we going to cover in today's session? So we are going to see a couple of discussion points where first thing we're going to notice and discuss about what is the current state of the technology in today's world. And then we will move on in discussing further as to what is digital age and what is the impact of digital age in this modern era. And then definitely we'll be discussing more on what are the recent developments in line of technology and what does people or individuals play an important role or a relationship with the technology and what's in its store for all of us in the future. So these are some of the brief outlines of the discussion points for today's evening. So the first thing, the state of technology, where we are in today's world in lines of technology. Has technology changed our lives by increasing speed of time? And I would request everyone to use the chat option to let me know, what do you guys think the technology, in which industries that the technology has played a major role? Um, Mohan, would request you to please help me with the chat responses. Mohan, in case if you're talking, you're on mute.
Yeah.
Communication.
Every industry, education and healthcare, service industry, all industries, all specifically in education, in life, in fact, in all.
Telephone communication industry.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I heard about communication industry, education,
Banking industry.
So typically all the industries that we could ever think of. Okay, so
Banking also, ATM facilities. these are.
Yes, definitely. Banking sector has also been benefited with advanced technology platforms that has been provided and utilized by the banking industries. So yes, these are some of the industries or sectors where technology has played a major role in advancing from a traditional to a modern era. So first is your education. Okay, so I'm sure everyone on this call will agree with me that during this difficult times of pandemic, okay, so where technology has played a major role in in continuation of the education of the students and the college academia institutes. And it is not just with academia institutes or school students, but also with the corporate world, where learning has never stopped us. With the help of technology, we were able to continue with the learning platforms and the learning need of an individual. Yes, the next major sector was the telecommunication. Okay, so we will be talking more in detail about telecommunication, about the digital world and the digital transformation that has been benefited millions and billions of individuals across the globe. Next is your pharmaceutical sector. Yes, we have seen a drastic or tremendous technology implementation in the world of pharma, where robotics and artificial intelligence has played a major role in regards with medical and pharmaceutical industry. Aviation and transport. So where first thing where I was surprised when I heard the news about Tesla, where they were going ahead with autonomous driving. Okay, so this was one of the tremendous achievement by Tesla in the transport industry, where with the help of AI and technology, where they were able to implement and achieve autonomous driving. Agriculture, okay, definitely where countries like India, where agriculture is a main profession or economy-based industry, where agriculture has also been benefited with the technology. So apart from this, we also have many more industries like what you all have mentioned and acknowledge that technology has played a major role in all these sectors and the industries. So we all believe picture says more than 1,000 words. Okay, so this is when we spoke about agriculture. So before technology, yes, the picture one depicts how we were not, how without technology that farming and agriculture was being used. And once with the help of technology, how advanced and with ease that people and the farmers were being benefited. And in the locomotive industry, where the picture one talks about the before technology, where it was slow and more inconvenient locomotive transportation which has been provided, where in picture two talks about speed and fast and more convenient with the help of the technology in the locomotive industry. So our current world is definitely the digital world. Everyone today are living in the world of digital or online services. So the online age, now let us see what are the different technologies that we use in our daily lives. So there has been a statistics which talks about where a pharma industry who is also working in regards with bringing in technology to the pharma world, and FMCG sector of it, who is also closely working in with other tech IT giants in bringing technology, embed them with their products and services. So can, again, request everyone to use your chat option to let us know what are the different technologies or online services that is being used in our day-to-day activities or in a day-to-day life. Hi, Mohan, could you please help me with any responses if there are?
Yeah. So it's virtual meetings, customer touch points, primary, secondary, tertiary, agricultural manufacturing services. Okay. And then virtual classrooms, cable TV, satellite TV.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Mohan. So yes, these are some of the online services or the digital or the technology usages in our day-to-day activities, starting from virtual meetings, be it with your cable TV satellites and so on and so forth. And apart from that, the main thing which plays a major role in our day-to-day life is smart devices. So now smart devices has become a modern era which tracks not just with our embedding or API interventions with smartphones, but it also tracks the health, where the healthcare industry plays or uses this particular data with a wearable or a portable wearable devices in the form of smart devices, Fitbits, and so on. Home appliances. Okay, so this is a picture where happy fork. Okay, so where this is a fork where it detects the speed of our consumption of our meal, and then it signals out to either increase the speed or decrease the speed to improve your digestion system. So that is the level of technology which has been playing a major role in our day-to-day lives and activities. And of course, online shopping. Okay, so it need not necessarily be only restricted to online shopping, but online services. It could be your net banking, your banking services, your shopping mart, your education sector with your Coursera and Udemy, to name a few. So all these are online services where technology helps individuals to play a major role in their day-to-day activities. ATMs, yes, our banking sectors have definitely utilized ATMs in our day-to-day activities. And human relationships. Technology has not spared even the human relationships. We also have so many dating apps and other matrimonial sites, which helps the individuals and the humans across the globe to get connected, sitting right at their residence or right at the place and without traveling or commuting to a far distances. So we all have been seen the era of pre-digital versus post-digital. So I'm sure on this call, back then, a few decades ago, most of you all would have used a cellular or a mobile phone which did not have a smart features in it. Or people would have used pagers, which was one of the trending technology at that point of time to receive messages. And then slowly we did see a transformational technology advancement from a pre-digital environment to a post-digital environment, where smart devices or smartphones has conquered the world and the individuals with a touch, with a fingertip or a touch of our fingers. So this is a small snapshot or a transformation or evolution of the digital world, okay, especially when it comes to the telecommunication or the smart devices. We have seen, all had landlines in the past, where we were so used in listening to the ringtone of tring, 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 okay? And then gradually it moved on with the cordless phones. And then that was the technology disruption or innovation where people were moved away from a landline to a mobile phones, where it was easy to carry and convenient to use at any place and any location. And now the technology is still advancing on a daily basis, where we are in the era, in the current situation where the Android system or the applications and new advancements within the smart devices or the mobile phones has been increasing in day-to-day activities. So not just with smart devices, but yes, when it has also had a targeted audience when it comes to digital world, be it with virtual VR or AR, which is a virtual or augmented reality, or 8th generation gaming consoles, where it targets the young or the youth generation of across the globe, where people are so used in using this 8th generation gaming consoles and VR and augmented reality in combination of your smartphones and the tablets, which is readily available in the market. So one of the survey of the statistics says 94% of individuals across the globe use the smartphones every hour. And this is the relationship with the technology that each human being or individual has with technology. And among this, 88% of individuals can't go a day without being online. Whereas on the other hand, it's this 12% of individuals say, yes, they can go without online in a day, but still they use smartphones every hour. And this is a statistic of a trend analysis of growing numbers or users of smartphone users starting from 2012 to predictive to 2023. Okay, so the source has been from Statista, where it has shown the numbers in billions. And we have seen a tremendous increase in the numbers from 2012, which was 1.06 billion, and to 2020, which was 3.6, which is double the amount of increase of the users. And again, we are seeing an increasing trend furthermore in the next couple of years to reach 4.3 or more than that. Now, we have seen what is the digital world and how individuals or technology has been utilized by human beings or individuals on their day-to-day activities. Now, let's see what are the recent developments apart from this smart devices. So virtual assistants play a major role, which talks about artificial intelligence, machine learning, which is a modern era in the new technology. Okay, so now I'm sure most of your residents will also have Alexa, which is one of a virtual assistant, which is being built with the help of technology of artificial intelligence. So the Alexa or the virtual assistant helps us start from relaxing and soothing your mood until to track your online shopping cart. Then cashless payments. So banking sectors has definitely helped or benefited by using the blockchain technology to enable cashless payments through online payments and through banking, ATMs, and so on and so forth. Cloud computing, where this has brought the mindset of individuals where storage is no longer an issue for anyone. So that is the importance of cloud computing, where it helps the cloud platforms and individuals to store and save the data for. IoT, yes, everyone and all the tasks that we do from day in and day out, it's the Internet of Things. So apart from this, there are other several industries or sectors who also are benefited through technology. One is biomedical, the use of robotic checkups. It could be with the help of machine learning and robotics and RPA processing, where medical and pharma industries have utilized and benefited with biomedical or technology, where now they were able to diagnose patients or individuals a needle-free diabetes care. And they have also established and achieved by providing electronic aspirin for people who suffer from migraines and cluster headache. Then communication sector, we have seen and discussed a lot about communication sector, starting from your social media platforms, your live streaming that we're currently doing, or facilitating this today's session, your chat messengers. So these are some of the technology-driven communications which has boomed the industry. And yes, definitely we need to talk about space travel and portable devices. So under space travel, I would like to add in these 2 pointers, which is your CAT scans and shuttle crashes, where the use of technology, the individuals or the scientists are able to track the imaging of be it terrestrial objects. And it also detects the explodes or explosive terrestrial objects or energy at the space level. And portable devices like your robots, your virtual assistants like your Alexa, your wireless Wi-Fi or a modem connectivity, and the Fitbits and smartwatches are some of the portable devices which can be highlighted. Okay, so what is in it to the future or in future for all of us? So definitely there are research which is in progress, where autonomous driving, which has been achieved by Tesla as one of the transport industry. And we also have in the pharma industry are researching about personalized and predictive wearable devices, depending about your health condition, where keeping that data, your wearable devices technology will predict and prompt the individuals as to what are the necessary or predictable casualties or medicines can be taken without even incurring with the symptoms. And extended reality. We did speak about augmented and virtual reality. So the combination of both these is extended reality, which is going to have a much more impact in the gaming world for the targeted audience of the young generation. And with these researchers, we have definitely seen the demand for this technology experts who are experts in artificial intelligence, robotics, edge computing, quantum computing, and blockchains. So these are the demanding skills and competencies that is being required in today's world to help the research and achieve more advancements in the technology world. And how is technology helping everyone? I have bifurcated based on three segments. One, the global use, community use, and the personal use. Definitely, all the technology which has been in the market or released in the market is one technology for all, and all of us use the same technology. And it also helps the community to improve the standard of the living. And it also helps to collaborate and empower small and medium scale entrepreneurs in establishing or reaching the height of success. And definitely, what's in it for me as an individual? What is the personal use? It helps us in increase the depth of the knowledge and cultivate more efficient tech savvy personal or skills and competencies at the individual level. And where does technology is going to lead us in the near future? Definitely, it is going to help us in increase the economical position of the globe to fulfill the undesirable needs of the individuals. And definitely, it helps us to speeden and fasten and save more time in our day-to-day activities with the use of technology. So with that, I conclude in today's session, okay, by telling that technology is definitely been a benefit in all the industry and sectors and for an individual in their day-to-day activities. So thank you so much once again for everyone for patiently listening my session. And if there are any questions, I'll be happy to address it.
Maria sir, hi. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Sir, I want to understand. You told technology is being used for remote sensing, diabetic, and treating it. So, can you little bit elaborate on this thing for our knowledge?
Definitely. So for where healthcare industries are using the benefit of technology to a vast extent. Okay, so one of the research which has been told is robotics is being used into diagnose and conduct surgeries in the orthopedic, not just with the ortho world of it, but across other medicals as well. So now if let's say if any individual or human being has been diagnosed with diabetic, okay, so every frequently whenever you go for and visit a doctor for an appointment for a diabetic checkup, they draw a blood sample to see the report of the sugar levels. So now with the help of technology where it's needle free diabetic diagnosis or sample report can be predicted just by wearing a wearable device with the help of technology. So these are some of the technology driven healthcare transformations across the world which has been in research to advance it and also in use in some of the localities.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello. Can you please explain what is black technology?
I'm sorry, your voice is breaking. I don't know if it's from my end.
Block
Can you
technology,
please
madam,
explain
is
what is
fast.
black technology?
Okay, so block technology is nothing but your blockchain. Okay, so where we have seen a banking industry which uses our online internet facilities, where with the ease of without stepping outside your residence or your doorstep, with the help of online usage of your banking industry, your ATM facilities. So all this is being used with the help of a technology or platform, which is your blockchain platform. It is something in similar lines of your artificial intelligence or a machine learning concept, where this is one of the platform where your online services and your online platforms has been established.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question, Maria. Hello?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, my question is to, hello?
Yes, Joseph, go ahead.
Yeah. Now the mankind is suffering of technology. How do you comment on that?
So definitely it's a debatable topic, Joseph. Okay, so it completely depends on the individual, the usage of the individual. Okay, so like I had concluded my slide, the previous slide, where technology helps the individual or anyone with gaining more depth knowledge of understanding. We have seen the transformation of technology, the benefit of technology from decades ago to what is with the current modern era. And at the same time, we also have seen the misuse of technology in different industries or different sectors, which has led to a disruptive or a disengaging factors of it. So having said that, this is definitely a debatable discussion, how technology is going to be an impact or a benefit to the individuals.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really a wonderful presentation, Maria. M. Chidambaram. Very nice.
Excellent,
Insight.
excellent, excellent. One more thing, sir, Maria.
Yeah.
So I have seen now in all latest buildings, commercial buildings, they put the chip on the wall, and through that chip, electromagnetic wave, what are adverse effect in the house, they are controlled from remote control. So this is what I have seen, but I didn't know what exactly they call it, geomagnetic or something like this.
So certainly, yes, like we initially discussed, technology is not restricted to a certain sector or certain industry. It is there across industries and across sectors. So the one which is there, which they utilize in the construction industry, is your geomagnetic chip. Okay, like what you rightly said, sir. So
Yes.
where at the convenient location at the convenient time, where the engineers or the architects use this technology to gauge the spaces or in regards with architectural or the blueprints of the construction of the buildings.
So
I have a question, please.
they gauge the adverse effect, of the Wi-Fi and these things. They have no very bad effect on our health, these waves. So they put the chip inside our houses. Now they are advertising, and so that those bad effects, adverse effects, they are controlled from outside, from their towers. They control it. Yes.
Okay, now I'm Prabha. I'm sorry to interrupt. I have a question. Can this advanced technology bring back the birds and the sparrows and the beautiful butterflies we had once upon a time? I would love to have that kind of technology, please.
Absolutely, Prabha. Like I completely agree with you. Yes, in one way, yes, technology has been misuse, I would say. Okay, where it has gone over the extent of the usage of certain industries and sectors. So even I too wish, just like you, Prabha, that it does not impact or hamper the environment in the name of technology advancement. So completely agree with you.
I'm actually not blaming the technology, but I surely hope that there will be some technology which creates some sounds or something that would bring back those birds and butterflies around us.
Absolutely. So
always a good hope.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I ask?
Thank you.
Can it be a last question, please? We have only 2 more minutes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it Mr. Anil?
Just answering Prabha Madam's questionnaire. The seat of technology is IIT. I'll take one example of IIT Chennai. You get into the campus, you see a lot of deers, you find all the butterflies, you'll have all the birds. Why it exists there, why it not exists in the other local? Answer is greed. We don't leave space for them to dwell. So if you are able to accommodate the other species, everything will come back. The norm is that we are making a concrete jungle totally. And you look at these spatial technology chambers, palaces like IIT, Chennai, and other places, you find the flora and fauna, everything cherishing and living together.
Thank you very much. That was a wonderful answer. And that's why I ran off from that concrete jungle and came to Dehradun.
Prabhavati Narendra here.
Sorry,
so
sir. This Mohan here, I think the time up. We'll have to move on with the second presenter. So may I request you to hold on to your questions. Mr. Maria, this was a good presentation from you. Thanks for showing a lot of interest to join this forum and contributing to this. I thank you a lot. And we will start bringing up the polling sheet so that the audience in this session will be able to share their feedback on the presentation that you did. So audience, I'm bringing the polling sheet now. Oops. Okay, so it's a minute. Are you able to see? I think it's the same technical glitch.
Not yet.
1 minute.
No, sir.
Hold on a minute, please.
Not able to see.
Just give me a moment. Okay, well, we will try to correct that glitch a little later. So while now, I would request Mr. Daniel Jacob to come over and share a few words about the program that of Mr. Arun Subramaniam's Persuasion. I call upon Mr. Daniel Jacob.
Thank you, Mr. Mohan. Welcome to the 6th day of the World's Best Trainers competition. Well, as you have been saying, this competition, the World's Best Trainers, is being financed by TopLeague Training and Business Consulting through Mr. Arun Subramaniam's Pay What You Want program. So the next program is titled as Persuasion, the Science of Shared Solutions. This is a 4-hour slice of his highly popular and successful 45-hour program, Who Are You Talking To? This program is based upon the research work of Nobel Prize winner Daniel Kahneman. In these 4 hours, Mr. Arun Subramaniam will be discussing on how the mind works, how to influence the subconscious mind, what are the pressure points which, when addressed, will get the desired result of behavioral change. So persuasion is certainly a very, very important skill. So if you want to succeed in life and persuade people to do what you want, please attend this program. The program is scheduled on 25th of April, Sunday, 10:30 to 12:30 pre-noon and 2 to 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Totally 4 hours. Internationally, the entire program is priced at $1,500 US. So this 4 hour will be something like 12,000 rupees. But very importantly, you can join paying whatever you want. So kindly watch this video for more information.
Be it Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, or Benito Mussolini, Mao Zedong or Pol Pot, be it Robert Mugabe, Saddam Hussein, God knows how many more like them. They vested themselves with divine power. And this power they used to trick, subdue, suppress, torture, and terrorize people. And the weapon they used was fear. In the English language, there is a special word for them. They are called despots. Yes, despots. On the other hand, we have people like Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, who fought for civil liberties. We have Bill Gates, an epitome of entrepreneurship. We have Steve Jobs, who is synonymous with innovation. Calvin Klein, the very name conjures of fashion. And Germaine Greer, that Australian writer who made feminism so famous. These people are leaders. Yes, despots coerce, while leaders liberate. And they liberate by influencing and inspiring people. I have studied the leadership styles of people in history, and those I have worked with. And I've been intrigued not by why they lead, but what makes their followers decide to follow them. And I found that there could be many reasons. Brilliant leaders are followed by people because these people could possibly be telling themselves, I can learn something from him. And there are leaders with positional authority so huge that people want to hitch their wagon to their stars so that they can grow with them. And there are others who are followed simply because of what they are or what they represent. Friends, irrespective of why people follow them, there is one common string running through all these people, and that is they are all inspired by the people they follow. Do you want to inspire people? Do you want people to follow you to the end of the earth? Do you want people to hang on to every word that you say? Today, the world is engulfed by a fog of fear and uncertainty. The challenge in front of world leadership is, how does it overcome this overwhelming sense of despair and distrust? I am on a journey to instill courage and confidence, and that can be done only if you can understand the source of all this fear, the reptilian brain. Remember, knowledge empowers and understanding liberates. Come join with me on my journey. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to is all about influencing and inspiring people. The first episode has already been posted, and the second episode is due next week. Come subscribe to my channel so that when the next episode is posted, you'll get the notification and you can watch it. Remember, friends, it is time for you to be introduced to the reptilian brain through who are you talking to. Thank you.
The link will be shared. Kindly click the link and pay what you want and join this very powerful session by Mr. Arun Subramanian.
Good evening. Sorry to interrupt you guys. The payment link is only for local cards, it's not for international cards, where we are trying from Singapore, which I could not able to pay.
Okay, Habib, your point is noted. We'll get back to you. Okay, if at all there's a challenge, we'll get back to you on this. Okay, thanks for your gesture.
Thank you.
Friends, I will stop the
Please
sharing.
post your WhatsApp number in the chat box so that we can get back to you. Without your WhatsApp number, we will not be able to reach you.
Sure.
Please post it in the chat box.
Sure.
Okay?
Thank you.
With your name, so that we can, send you maybe some other link, Paytm or some other link, PayPal link, you can send it to you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Habib. Over to you, Mr. Mohan.
So friends, I have posted the payment link on the chat box. Who are interested, those who are interested, please utilize this and do the payment. Once the payment is made, we will send the joining details for the on 25th. Okay, thank you, Mr. Daniel. Friends, the second speaker for the day is Mr. Rajiv Maniar, and he is going to speak on the topic, Make Your Mark, an acronym for motivation, attitude, relationship, and karma. Mr. Rajiv is a certified international trainer from JCA University, US, a professional trainer with 25 years of experience, delivering training in the field of soft skills, behavior counseling, and public speaking. He has been delivering national and international training programs. I now welcome Mr. Rajiv to come over and preside with this presentation. Mr. Rajiv, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mohan. Good evening. And Shall I do my screen sharing?
Yeah, you are the co-host now. You may do the screen sharing.
Okay. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
Okay, good evening, all of you. And I welcome you all to this competition as well. And before I start about Make Your Mark. Make Your Mark is the theme with what I have been living since the year 1993. I thought that if I meet any person, even for 2 minutes or 2 hours, that person should not forget me for a lifetime. So how can we do it? And the program follows. Basically, this is a full day program, but I would just like to show the synopsis of it. So what do we mean by mark? So as very rightly shared by Mr. Mohan, M stands for motivation, A for attitude, R for relationship, and K for karma. So let's go to the first word and let's talk about the word M and the motivation. Motivation, the most important word in life for each one and everyone for us. If we go otherwise through the definition of it, it very clearly states that it is derived from a Latin word movere, which means to move or to energize or to activate yourself. And motivation is a drive to accomplish a particular goal. Or in the workplace, you can also know that motivation is what makes the people want to work. And when this comes, it also says, if you separate the word motive and action, it determines the psychological force within a person. The motive, the purpose. Now, what is the purpose of life and whether you are having the will to achieve it, it makes a very big difference. There are many people who are having motive, but then they do not have the will of action. Or they have the will of action, but they do not have a purpose for it. And that is how the word motivation becomes a problem. So, how many types of motivation? Everybody is aware there are two types of motivations. One is the internal and one is the external. Internal, which comes from within. It is done for your own sake. It is done for performing the work. Let me give you a very simple example of a wonderful person who did not have any hands or legs. He was born without this particular disorder. And because he did not have his hands or legs, initially his parents also does not accept him. Problematically, rather when the father saw him for the first time, he vomited in the hospital and the nurse had to take him out. In this situation, this child survived. When he went to school, there were no friends, totally lonely, totally depressed. And at some point of time, he also thought of committing a suicide. By the age of 10, he did not know what to do with his own life. And at the same time, he came across a newspaper where a person with a similar disorder was living his life as good as 45 to 50 years. And then it struck to his mind that what can I do to survive? And believe me, this person is the most sought speaker in this world today by the name of Nick Vujicic. He says there are three questions each person should ask himself. The first, who are you and what is your value? The second question, what is your purpose in life? And the third, what will happen when your destiny is done? How are you going to be remembered? Now, this is what comes from internal forces. So this is known as an internal motivation. The second part is the external motivation. External means somebody giving you a force from outside. Something happens in your life and you do it. Or there is somebody wants you to deliver a reward, and that is what you want to get it. And that is how the external motivation happens. Somebody insults you. That is also an external motivation. Say, for example, of Lucille Ball. She was dismissed from the drama school, and everybody remembers that, yes, she was a wonderful actor. The same happened with the Beatles. Nobody accepted his music. No music company was ready to hire them, not even a single store. And finally, it so happened that their music was accepted by the people at large. You all know our own Mohan Kavarkan Ji Gandhi. And the same thing happened to him. He was kicked out of the train in South Africa, and that motivated him. And he said that I will make you, I'll see to it that you leave my country. The same was with Michael Jordan, basketball player. He was dismissed from the school team. He cried a lot. He locked himself in the room, but still he delivered when he came out. And that is what is the external motivation. When we are talking of this internal and the external motivation, both the motivations are required. Both the motivations are required, my dear friend. 80% it has to be internal and 20% it has to be external. And there are three theories, there are a lot of theories. One of them, which is known as the drive theory, or we can call it a push theory, where you are pushed towards your goal. That yes, you go and get it. And this is when does this happen? It happens when the internal state is aroused. And you feel that yes, I want to reach this goal, and that is the intensity of the driving state, and that is what delivers. The other one is the incentive theory, what I told you as the rewards and recognition, and that is the motivational value of the reinforcer. It gives, and the desires which governs your behavior, it gives, also known as the reward motivation theory. You do this, you get this. Mostly this theory is also used in the people who are in sales. And then comes the Maslow's theory of human motivation. And what he says is very correct. And even today, we understand that, yes, this is the most sought human motivation theory. It is very simple. This is the hierarchy known as also the pyramid. The first is the physiological, your food, your stay, air. These are all the physiological needs. And this comes at the basic. Once you are satisfied with it, it comes to the next one, which is known as the safety and security. People look for more and more. Say insurance. Yes, you are secured. Don't worry, you are having a government job. Don't worry, you are at a level where you have enough money. And then comes the third level, where you come the social and belongingness. Suppose you have the both, but you are socially not accepted. There is no sense of belongingness, and that is where it becomes a problem. The social or the belongingness goes out of the problem, and then when the belongingness is not there, people again get demotivated. After you are socially accepted, now comes to make your mark the problems with the esteem and the self-actualization. Ego, where there's a lot of problems. And as it has been rightly put it into the mark, the motivation, attitude, and relationships, we can all understand where ego has a problem. And the moment the ego starts picking up, all the relationships goes for a toss. And the last thing comes the self-actualization. How do I identify sexualization? It is very simple. When you are doing a meaningful work, you are having a level of sense of satisfaction in that work. Even the smallest work, what you do is making tea for your wife, or maybe giving a glass of water to your guest. You should have that level of sense of satisfaction and the accomplishment. Continuously, you are improving day by day, doing better and better, and doing for yourself, for others, and the society comes to you to take you to that level. And that is what the motivation is about. Now have your chat boxes ready, my dear friends, and let's have a small exercise. What motivates you? It's only for 1 minute. I'll be putting some words and you will be writing into your chat box what motivates you. So are you all ready? Yeah, okay. So now it comes. Yeah. Yes. What motivates you? You think and arrange according to your needs. Yeah. The first one is naturally the money. The second is designation. The third is recognition, and the attitude, and the incentive, and the power, and the environment, and love and affection, or flirting, or maybe communication, or maybe the acceptance of your life, or you as a person, or your knowledge, you as a person, or honesty, or anything you would like to add. Just you have 30 seconds to put what you like to put it. Please write in the chat box. Okay, some say recognition. Gopa Krishnan Prakash says love and affection. Very right. Service to the society. Venkat says. Pravati said happiness motivates me. Oh, that's good. My passion. Sukumar says yeah, love and affection. Honesty, power. Yeah, Kivirmani, very good. Satisfaction is for some. Oh, that's great. How? Wow, that's really says it. Yeah. Self-satisfaction. Yes.
Knowledge.
So power, knowledge. Yes, very right. So that is what it is. So when it comes down to motivation, my dear friend, wow, love. Chidambaram says love, very good. Yeah. I was looking, nobody is looking for love in these days. In the COVID times, the love is the most thing what people are looking at and sorting for. Recognition, incentive as well. Very rightly, Leela Magan. And that is what it is. And that
But
is
we
what
love knowledge also.
knowledge also, yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Mathur, very rightly said. Yes, knowledge. Knowledge is also there. It is required. And you see what happens is with this today's knowledge. So what I would like to prove here is only there are different people with different needs, and at the same time, different needs have different motivation. Simple. So there is no ground rule. You will have to find your own motivation, and how you can do it? To stay always motivated, work on what motivates you. You'll have to make some efforts for this. You'll have to sit in a corner for at least 10-15 minutes, and you have to find it out. It won't get immediately, you won't get an answer, but a practice would really lead you to. The second is it may need for change from time to time. So be alert to find it timely as well. See, what happens is, so if you are asking a housewife today, she would say, what is your motivation? Yes, my kids have to be settled, my kids. But moment the kids grow up and they go to the another country or study or get married, the problem starts. And that is what. So you need to change your motivation from time to time. Change the path to achieve it if it is required, ultimately, because if it is a real motivation, you'll do anything to get it. It must be your own motivation and nobody else's suggestion as well. We start suggesting people and the people follow and then they leave it halfway. So it has to be their own motivation. And yes, it should be independent of anyone. So that was all about motivation. And we go to the second part, which is known as the attitude. I know everybody knows about attitude. What attitude? If you ask me what is the most important thing for my motivation is the attitude. Believe me, and that is what I have been living for all these times. I have put this attitude, which comprises into three components. And these three components are your thoughts, your speech, and your action. Means the thoughts for yourself and thoughts for others. Means what you think of yourself and what you think for others. The speech, what you think for yourself and what you think for others. And in the same way, the actions, what you have for yourself and for others. And this is what it comes as the behavior. So it is a very simple question that what is attitude? Then attitude is this, my dear friend. At how you talk and behave with other people and how you talk and behave with yourself as well. If I ask you with other people, then normally the answer would be very simple, very simple. Yes, if he is a high level person, you'll talk him with a lot of respect. You think you don't require him, okay, it's useless, forget it. Not to talk with him, he's not of it. And when you talk with the behave yourself, now comes the biggest problem. Do you talk to yourself? Most of the people, yes, we talk. No, you think for yourself, but you hardly talk with yourself. Do you say with your action, yes, Rajiv, you did a good job today. Yes, you wanted to be a good trainer. You wanted to be a world best trainer, and you are today. You put yourself into action, and that is what it is required. What you normally think about other people and what you think about yourself, this all plays a very big role, my dear friends. And this is how it comprises. It comprises completely because attitude is what? How it is formed. It is formed with your past experiences. It is, yes, it is a part of the behavior, what you exhibit in the front of the people. But how does it form? It is formed with the experiences, your values, your ethics, your own principles, and your own judgments. And we all know that iceberg and the story of the iceberg as well, which did not let the Titanic finish its first journey itself. Was it damaged from the top or was it damaged from the bottom? If you go through the whole film again, you will just come to know that it was damaged from the bottom. That is how it all total came into the journey of the Titanic could not be completed for first. People will only know it from the behavior, but they do not know why you behave like this. And in today's world, nobody has the time. Nobody has the time to understand your attitude, and that's how they'll identify you from your behavior. We normally have two types of attitudes. If you ask someone, yeah, the positive attitude and the negative attitude. Now, what is the positive attitude? Very rightly said by Rajiv Maniar himself. I said, if somebody says yes in your work, what you are asking him to do, you find him he has a positive attitude. The moment he objects, he says it's a negative attitude. Let me share a very simple example. You go to your boss and ask him, boss, I want a holiday for 3 days. And the boss says, we'll talk in the evening. And suddenly, what will your attitude be? It will be naturally negative one. Whenever I go for my boss to ask for a holiday, he always says like this. And in the evening, the boss calls you again and he tells you, you want a holiday? Yes. You say, yes, you want a holiday. Yeah, okay, I'm fine with it. But see, actually, the days what you want to go, those are the same 3 days I also want to go because my wife has been detected with cancer and I could get an appointment at the Tata Memorial Hospital and I would like to get. And while I am away, I wanted to give you the responsibility, but still, if you are not happy with it, I am okay. It's okay. I cannot force you, my dear friend. And if this happens, now your total attitude will be changed. Your total outlook will be changed. Your behavior will be changed. But before that, you have told all the staff members and everyone that boss is not good. He always, when I'm asking for an holiday, he always is opposing it. And that is how we need to understand, my dear friends, what attitude is all about. Attitude is all about the behavior, how you have formed it, and how we need to change it. So, what is the correct attitude one should be, or one should practice in life? Is they think only accepted thought. If you see here, I had very rightly put, it is either an accepted thought or a not accepted thought. Positive and negative has been replaced here, and this is what I have also put it in my book, which is for sale on Amazon, Pothi, and even Flipkart. Right. So it is the same point which has been I have put into that very clearly. Practice to think the acceptable thoughts in every situation, and eventually it will become a practice. If you are having indecent thoughts, it will develop into indecent actions. So replace your decent thoughts. Build your self-esteem. Believe in yourself. Whatever you are doing in this world, believe in yourself. If you are the first person you need to believe. If you are not believing it, believe me, nobody is going to believe you if you are not believing in yourself. Believe that you can accomplish anything in your life and create the power to go after it. Come what may, go after it. Be away from the people who pull you down from your thoughts, speech, and actions. And that is how you can really bring a change in your attitudes. Now let's talk of the word relationship, the most sought word, the most required word. Yes. A very simple question. Yeah. Can I request someone who is being...
can you mute? Mr. Mathur, can you mute?
Host, please mute everybody.
Yeah, we have muted.
What are we actually seeking today in any relationship? That is a very simple question. And are we getting it? Why? If we are getting it, why? And if we are not getting it, why not? That is what is to be understood, my dear friend. Because relationship building depends on the psychological reciprocation, how you do with people. You need to understand others' need and respond, not react. My word is very clear here, my dear friends. It is understanding others' need and responding accordingly. Mostly what happens is we react. Don't react. Take some time to respond, and then you will be delivering. Improve on your some communication and interpersonal skills. Build respect for everyone and accept one another's integrity as well. Let's do again a small activity. Write 5 names of the people whom you would like to be with for most of the time. Then write why would you like to be with them. Now comes the question, will they also like to be with you? And will you go out of the way to slightly keep a relation with this person? And that is what are the 4 most important questions. And the moment you put it, tell me, I have only 30 seconds, or you can also put these questions, or even have, put this as a part of your thought process and think sometimes about it. You will come to know, my dear friend, when the question number 2 and question number 3, there will be most of the people will having some or the of their doubts. The doubts will be, yes, I like to be with him, but does he like to be with me? Right? And that is what relationship is. So how can we do it? So what about that relationship is we need to understand is that there are 11 ways to improve on relationship. First, relationship will be improved if you give people more than they expect. Try to give them more, something additional. And whatever you do it cheerfully. Do not believe everything what you hear or read on the social media, my dear friends. We all know that the today's problem about the WhatsApp university, my God, all types of any stuff is just posted, and that also spoils the relation. People are fighting with respect to the political parties. Some news comes in, and friends are fighting. Why should you? It's okay. Put that aside. Relationship is a different matter altogether. If you have a problem and you have made a mistake, say sorry. But when you say sorry, mean it. The fifth is judge a person on your own. I don't say don't learn from other people's experiences, but at the same time, you also need to have your own judgment, because your attitude here from the mark comes here, that if you have the right attitude, because when the thought, speech, and action, these three are not into a coordination, is a problem. And that is what we need to. What you think, you should speak. What you should speak, you should put it into action. And that's a simple way to create the right attitude as well. So in disagreement, so judge a person on your own. If you're judging on your own, you have the onus of it. You have the responsibility of it. In disagreements, people can disagree, not a problem, but put your thought fairly, right? Without any manipulation. Remember the three threes. You should be respected, the respect for others, and responsibility for your actions. If you take responsibility of your actions, which I said in the attitude, it will immediately give a very good bonding to your friends. Always have an accepted attitude. The attitude, accepted attitude with what is that? I just said that the relation, what you think, what you speak, and you behave. Yes, you can have the right words to be chosen to be spoken. And that is what it comes. Spend more time with the people you like. You'll be happy. Because as someone had written in the chat box, to make yourself happy, yes, that is the first. So spend time with the people you like. Ask them whether they like it with you, and smile always, because it is the best way to develop the relationships. And now I come to the fourth, the karma. Very clearly, karma is something what everybody speaks about. It's a very in-depth subject, but I have tried to put it very much into a simple way. And K for karma comes this way. What is karma? You think good, you say nice, you do good, because everything comes back. The part of the attitude. Whatever you do, it comes back. But now is the $1 million question. What karma, when karma, who knows, who will do it, how can I know what is my karma, and why does this only happen to me, and all this kind. So according to, because I am a Jain, and I've been reading Jain scriptures, these are the three types of karmas what are elaborated in our Jain dharma. First is the Kriyaman Karma, second is the Sanchit Karma, and the third is the Prarabdha Karma. Now, what is the Kriyaman Karma? Kriyaman means the action. It's the action means you do a process and it gives you the immediate result, that is known as an action result. Now, it is immediate. You are thirsty and you drink water. You got it immediately. You are hungry, you get your platter ready, you eat. You shake hands with someone and somebody shook hands in the opposite. You slap someone and somebody immediately slapped you as well. So these are all action karma coming immediate. Then comes the second karma, the sanchit. The sanchit means which are done today, but you get the result after 1 month or maybe after 45 days. You work today, you get the salary at the end of the month or you appear for an exam, you get the result after 2 months. We are appearing for an exam, we'll be getting also the result after 2 months. I slapped someone, but he thought of keeping cool, but he slapped me after 10 days. And this is what is known as a sanchit karma. Here you do good or bad, whatever karma you did are being deposited and utilized when the time comes. And then comes the third karma, which is known as the prarabdha. The prarabdha means the luck karma. Now this karma which are deposited, any type, good or bad, which gives the result when the time comes. It is known as the prarabdha karma. It is the debit and credit which comes and dissolves through the process. So let me still go. Now understand how can we dissolve or settle or fulfill the karmas. So karmas can be dissolved in 3 different ways. The sattva guni, the rajoguni, and the tamoguni. Now what is the first one? The first one is Suppose in the past you did an unhappy, a bad or a pap karma. The result was to stay hungry for the whole day. Now it is resolved through three different ways. The sattva guni, the rajoguni and the tamoguni, right? So how does this come? What is sattva guni say? Sattva guni says that you do a ekadashi upvas, you are doing a small fast, you pray for the whole day, you follow the rituals and you eat what is permitted. What will be the result? This upvas, the fast what he had done, is now dissolved through of the bad karma, hungry karma, and also it is creating a happy Kriyaman Karma. So it becomes a happy karma. Now comes the second. The same thing with the same situation, the person did not get to eat. He did not do the upvas, but the person had to take the wife to the hospital and he had to attend the office. And there were a lot of emergencies, work at the office, fill the tenders and everything. At the end of the day, he did not have time to eat. So now what happens is he does everything without any grudge, but considering that it was the karma, it dissolves the bad karma. But at the same time, he's not also generating any new good karmas. And that is known as the rajoguni. And then comes the third karma known as the tamoguni. The tamoguni is this: when the person is about to eat, he finds fault that the food is not cooked properly. He scolds his wife, fights even with the wife. He scolds the children. He fights with the office mates as well. You did not do this. He says all the bad words he could think of, until the end of the day, he does not get the time to eat. Because he is blaming and fighting with everyone, he adds some more bad karma to your Kriyaman Karma now. And this is how it happens. And when this karma is, so how can we settle this karma in the best possible way? That everything you do through your thought, speech, or action is recorded by the superpower. Please believe me. It is recorded even through your thoughts, your speech, and through your actions. Have patience in everything. Every time be patient as much as you can. But if you have a patience, you will not react, but you will respond. Don't lose temper as much as possible. Yes, we are humans. We might get angry. It will happen, but still try to control as much as you can. Pray and trust your superpower, whoever it is. It can be Jesus. It can be your Muhammad Prophet. It can be anyone. I am a Jain. I believe my Tirthankaras. You can be Lord Krishna. Today is Ram Navami as well, right? So pray and trust the superpower you believe in. Be honest as much as possible. And everyone has to fulfill the process of karma. Nobody can escape the process of karma. Believe me, when this process comes into existence, it is always into existence. But the human life is only the one where you have the options to do all the karmas, to as much as possible deliver and make it as easy as possible for all the people. The more comfortable you become with other people, the better the process of karma will be fulfilled. And so finally, friends, before I come to the close, I would like to say, first and the foremost, I would like to thank my Lord Adeshwar, the Pratham Tirthankara of our Jain religion. He is the one who always gives me all the motivation and the power to deliver any program. So I am very much thankful to my Lord Adeshwar. I am also very much thankful to Ma Saraswati Devi for giving me the right words at the right time so that I could deliver the total program into the right spirits. I am also very much thankful to my friends and especially Mr. Daniel, Mr. Mr. Mohan, and my teammate Suma, and all the leaders of the team, and all the competitive partners, because it is here where these people have given us the platform, and let's make it as much as possible to deliver in the right perspective. Thank you very much. And my last words are always, it always remains that we might meet someday, sometime, but if we are not meeting it, let's remember each one by making our mark. So make your mark. Thank you. Thank you very much. Over to the host.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rajiv.
Thank you, Rajiv. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rajiv, for showing this interest and participating in the contest and delivering your presentation well today. Friends, the
Any
third
questions?
speaker.
Yeah. I mean, if there is any questions, I would be, if I have time. I think so, 7:20. Yeah, 1-2 minutes if somebody would like to.
Yeah. So
Only appreciation,
Question
sir.
by you,
It's
Rajiv
an
Mani.
excellent presentation. Excellent.
Thank you,
M.
sir.
Chidambaram. Great.
Can you share your number, please?
Yes,
Like
yes.
to talk to you personally.
Yeah, sure, sir, sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
And if you miss this number, you can just log on to a very simple my name rajivmania.com, and on the Google, I'm on the first page itself.
thank you.
Thank you.
So friends, we will have the polling sheet coming up. So I request you all to share your feedback on that. Thank you.
Poll is up.
Can you see the polling sheet on your screens?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
One minute go. More seconds.
I have sent my views. I have sent.
Sir, this is Gopi Krishna. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So I think we are running short on time, sir.
Okay, I'll take it personally. Thank you.
Mohan, you can continue.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Durga Prasad. Friends, the third speaker for the day is Ms. Nitika Arora, and she's going to speak on the topic customer relationship. Ms. Nitika is a freelance soft skill trainer and more than 18 years of experience in the operations and training, encompassing BFSI, travel, hospitality, and HR functions in the customer service, team management, program management, performance management, and leadership roles. I now welcome Ms. Nitika to come over and deliver her presentation. Ms. Nitika, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Mohan, sir. So can I share my presentation?
Yes, you can do that now.
Yeah, I can see that you made me a co-host. Good evening, everybody. I know I picked up a topic. There were so many topics I wanted to talk about, but when I got a 30-minute window, I thought I'll do justice to customer championship as a topic. But I realized when I started working on it that customer service and customer championship is a vast topic. I am trying to just get a gist of it, and will try to share some of the tips that from my experience have worked in the past, and also from the experience and feedback given by some of the champions from my industry and people that I worked with who have shared with me. So just a gist of that I would be sharing today. I see the poll on my screen. Mohan sir, can I take it off?
Yeah, you can close it.
Yeah, I can close it. Thank you. So the topic is customer championship, how to be a customer's champion, how to get your customers' loyalty, get repeat customer, and also make our customer our ambassador and promoter. I know that it sounds like an ambitious thing to do. A lot of times when we are looking at sales, we only look at one sale. We don't see that this customer is also going to give us future sales, but we are just going to talk about this in detail. I'm going to ask a question. Who do you think is a customer? You can unmute and just answer, any one or two people.
Who makes
The one who needs
purchase
product
from
and
you.
services.
Very good.
Who makes a repeated purchase from you, Madam Chidambaram.
Very good. Very good. Makes repeated
Who is the
purchase from
purpose
you.
of our existence? Who is the purpose of our existence?
So the customer is the person around whom he is like the sun in between. And you know, our business is like the planet around it, right? The planet
With whom we
around the customer.
customized. With whom we customized.
No.
Okay. There's a question.
Person whom we give the value and solve his problems.
Very good. So I think I have almost most of it that, you know, most of you wanted to suggest to me. Let me just check the chat window. Oh, this is for Mr. Mania. Okay. I'm gonna go back. So the customer is the one who's using our product and services, which you all said. He is the one who's paying our bills. He is the one who's paying our grocery bills. He's the one who's paying all the bills that we have and for our employees as well. A different perspective, because when we are talking about repeat customers, we are talking about ensuring that our customer stays loyal with us. It is not one transaction that you just sold a water bottle to a customer or you sold a cold drink to a customer. When we talk about repeat customer, we want the customer to stay with us. Now, a customer who liked our services, say we are into consulting and we go to the customer and he gives us business. A similar problem is faced by a friend of his. So what will he do? Naturally, suggestions? If you have a similar problem which you solve for a customer and his friend is facing a similar issue, what do you think he'll not automatically do?
If the present customer is fully satisfied, he may advocate. Otherwise, he may not.
So if you did not do a good job, and if you think the service was not that great, and you did not build a trust with the customer, he will not suggest that or recommend you to another prospective customer. But if you have done well, he is the one who's going to refer you to a prospective customer. He is the one, if tomorrow he expands his business and he needs consulting, who do you think he'll give the business to if he's very happy with you? And he sees potential that you can also expand. What do you think he'll do? Okay. Yeah, so for a good customer, we get repeat business. Yeah. He will automatically divert the business to you. He will call you for a meeting. He'll say, well, we are expanding. We are happy with your services. I don't want to start the negotiation process once more. I want you to do more business with us. Good for us? He's the one who builds our network as well. If we want an outreach, we want to reach out to maximum customers. If we have one customer we've serviced well in our business, what he'll do is he will automatically connect us to other people in a similar business. He will also be able to build our network and also add us to the Prestige Club. What do you think this Prestige Club is? Maybe the Elite Club, the Prestige Club?
Who helps in making our brand?
Who helps in making our brand? A lot of people these days, if you see Instagram, Facebook, advertising in LinkedIn, people say currently working with General Motors, preferred client by Volkswagen, preferred client of, Hewlett Packard. What does that mean? The moment you hear these names, you say, wow, this person is servicing for Hewlett Packard. Hewlett Packard does such a good job, and Hewlett Packard is very stingy about their partners and vendors. I'm sure they are really good. So you automatically get added to the prestige club, and you automatically also become a preferred partner for most of these brands. So this is our customer. What do you think our customer wants from us?
Solutions, Chidambaram.
Absolutely. You just said the right thing. So say I have sold a car and the customer has got the car. He reaches out to us and he has some problem with the noise. He doesn't know and the AC is not cooling enough. He reaches out to us. What does he want? He wants a solution.
Solution at the cheaper rate.
He wants, okay, so let's hear some of the things that he wants. And then we will look at the various things and the various aspects of what he really wants.
So the customer wants sustainable service.
He wants sustainable service. Very good.
Satisfactory service.
You are much ahead of me, Chidambaram.
Value for the money.
Absolutely. He does want the value as well. So let's look at this.
Consistent quality service.
Consistent quality. Easy to say, difficult to deliver. Why?
Of course.
Because if I have 5,000 employees today, do you think all 5,000 of them will be able to give the same service? No. It's a target that is achievable, but requires a lot of hard work.
Courteous response.
Speedy delivery, fast delivery.
Fast delivery. So yes, let's look at courteous response. I'm sure most of it we might be covering, but yes, these are some of the good points that you brought up. Customer does want an excellent product. He also does a market survey and he goes out there and he wants to buy a microwave. He would look at least 10 options and 10 different outlets before he buys that product. So he definitely, based on the feedback that he saw online or whatever, he wanted an excellent product. But now, when coming back to my car that I bought, I have a problem with the AC. It is not cooling. I reach out to the customer service. So this is when my sales has happened. I bought the car is having an issue. When I reach out to them, the first few things that I need to do as a service provider, that is me. I need to acknowledge I have received your request. I will be working on your request and you will be receiving a call from somebody as soon as possible or from the engineer, or the engineer will visit you. Make sure once the acknowledgement is gone out, you do respond. Yeah, it has to be timely. It's not only a response. Why timely? Because the clock starts ticking the moment the email or the call or the chat or the request goes out from the customer's desk. He has started waiting. Even if the request has come at 12 o'clock in the night, the customer is expecting that somebody will respond. So the response has to come back in those 24 hours, maybe for an email, maybe 4 hours, depending on the urgency. Maybe in certain cases, if a customer has called you, you might want to call him back immediately. Timely response, I would take 48 to 72 hours to resolve. I will take 24 hours to send an engineer to check the issue. So it has to be very timely and clear. You have to give assurance that I will be the one who will be taking care of this issue and will ensure that issue is resolved at the end, so that the customer feels that, okay, somebody is taking care of it. I don't have to do nitpicking and find faults and keep on calling again and again. There is this Nitika who is going to take care of this issue. Keep the customer updated on the progress. There are times when there are projects which are for 3 months, 4 months. And what normally happens is if you automatically or proactively keep the customer informed on the progress that, okay, I am working on this request of yours. It is still in progress. I'll send you the relevant photographs. I'll send you the relevant plans so that you are aware that we are as per target for our 4-month plan. Does anybody like to call customer service for follow-ups? I would want to hear really any person who likes to do it. Truthfully, it is annoying to just sit and just keep on following up. It is such waste of energy. So if it is a requirement and the customer has reached out to you, he shouldn't have or she shouldn't have the need to follow up with you. You should have your own calendar. You should automatically follow up and tell the customer. And if it is an interdepartmental transaction or a cross-functional transaction, call the other department, get an update, call the customer, tell that this is the customer. This is the issue. This is the current update.
Yeah.
Be proactive. In one of the travel organizations that I work with, we used to have a team known as Reservation Rescue. Now, what used to happen with us regularly was that we would sell a package to the customer, which is the flight, the hotel, the car, and some of the activities. What used to happen is the hotel had the reservation, but because they were getting a better price, they sell that room to somebody else. And the customer used to go to that location for the vacation, and there was a drop reservation. There wasn't any reservation at all. So what we did was we set up a proactive team. That proactive team, as part of our customer championship initiatives, was we would call 72 hours ahead of the travel of customer, ensure that the hotel has the reservation. If the hotel requires any kind of advance money from our organization or a fax confirming that we would be paying and this is the date and this is the name of the customer, we would do all the paperwork before the customer arrives at the location. What that did was customer never knew that his reservation was going to be dropped by the hotel, or the hotel never wanted that customer. It was well taken care of in advance. So this is just an example of being proactive. We need to make an extra mile effort always. Now, imagine you have planned a wedding, and there are so much work to be done to in a wedding, and you hire a wedding planner to do that. You go at the venue on the date as planned, maybe 2 or 3 hours early, so that you are ready for the guests, and you realize that none of the preparations are done. Happy, unhappy? Will you ever go back to the wedding planner? No, never. But then this wedding planner is aware of the situation, that how important the wedding is and how important this customer is. And probably the wedding planner is eyeing, there are a lot of young people in this house, so there are more weddings to come. So goes 24 hours ahead of time. Make sure that everything is taken care of. In fact, there are certain things which are part of their customs, which they forgot to tell you in their list of things to be done. But those things are procured by the wedding planner ahead of time. And it is available to you the moment you ask. You will be so grateful that, well, I forgot to tell you, but you've taken care of it. Going an extra mile effort always helps. Well, customization is the way of life for customers at this point in time. You need to come out with out-of-box solutions. When we had a situation wherein we used to have a constant error made in the entries while we were taking customer bookings in our travel system at some point in time. There was a common issue that we were always making. Simple solution given by the IT person that was in our team. And it was just an out-of-box solution. The moment you type this X letter, which is causing all the problem, the screen will go red. I will be able to create that. It's a very small program. Out of the box, didn't cost us a lot, but it was a solution that worked for us. So coming back to the main headings, because we just spoke about the great service, how you can give a great service. What else? Value addition. A lot of people said that everybody wants value addition. What is it that you can give back as an extra to the customer? How is it that if a customer has come to you, say for a training program. They don't know what is the issue with the performance management of performance, why the team is not performing, why are they getting low CSAT scores in the team. Your value addition would be to review, understand, not only state what the customer is asking you to train them on, also find out what is it that they are not looking at, which is actually going to help their business. Professionalism, some of you did talk about some of the components of professionalism. Customer would never want to work with somebody who doesn't give them respect. Customer would not like to work with anybody who at any point in time has used derogatory language, has used demeaning language, has been rude, did not know how to talk to them. It is very easy whenever we are working with a customer, it comes not automatically with us. Say a customer was supposed to book something in advance. He had to book the flight tickets in advance. He forgot to send you the approval. Very automatic reaction when the prices have increased. Sir, you did not book it on time. Well, you were too busy to send the confirmation to us. Hence, we lost the price. The same thing, instead of, you were too busy to do it, a judgment statement could always be a better statement. I'll see what I can do. I know we have reached the last minute, but let me do the best I can. Bias statement. Oh, you had an accident. You are a woman driver, ma'am. That's why. Women driver normally have accidents. That's why, these kind of issues happen. But I'll send the engineer to repair. Normal, but please do not do that. Empathy statements is very important in professionalism. Wishing birthdays, anniversaries, if there is it is important that you do acknowledge it. Sometimes it happens, and it has happened with me also once. I was telling them about a situation that, what, I just had this loss in my family. The response I got, it really took me aback. The response was, what does that have to do with me, ma'am? I had no idea what to say at that point in time. But do you think I'll ever go back to that company or that organization again? Never. Because that was something that just took me off. Service statements are very important. Sometimes there are limitations in every business. Whenever we have a limitation, a plain no won't work. It can never be, no, we cannot do it. Well, I want to include my family in the policy. Ma'am, as per our policy, we are not able to add anybody in the policy, family members. It's always better to use a service no, which is a sandwich approach. You might have seen a sandwich, right? There's this nice bread outside, and inside we have the lettuce and the patty and everything, right? The same way, the inside is actually the no. So when you start off in a service no, you will say, I really understand that it is important to you. However, I will not be able to do this for you. But I recommend that why don't I get you a new policy which does include family members. So what you did was you converted a no and a customer who was going back into a customer who will stay with you. In professionalism, a customer would always want to be understood and always want to be heard. If you at least, the least you can do is, and I saw some of the presentations past few days, everybody in customer service did say, listen, we need to. And we need to not only listen, but process it, note it, and do not make them repeat it. Easy to miss the commitments. But yes, if you have promised that, okay, well, if you are buying this laptop from us, we are going to give you a 1-year warranty free of cost. If you have said it, make the commitment and ensure that the customer gets the warranty card. What else the customer wants? Solutions. Who said solution? I think the first word that I got was solution.
Chidambaram.
Chidambaram, sir. Yes, exactly. One of the reason that the customer came to us is he wanted a solution to the problem. We all like to feel special, doesn't it? I mean, who would like it when their family or their colleagues or their vendors and partners make them does something special for them? Would you like it? Yes? No? I still remember, seeing one of the dairy milk ads, in which there is this birthday of a child and the child is distributing sweets to everybody. And when the child comes closer to the best friend, the child gives 2 chocolates to the best friend. How do you think the best friend would be feeling? Amazing, right? So that feeling of special is always important. And your customer should feel that, well, you're not ignoring them, you are special for them. Customer delight, going the extra mile, which we already spoke about, always a wow experience. If that wedding planner did not have everything in place and also did not do that extra, going the extra mile to ensure that the remaining items required for the important ceremony are not there, which the customer forgot to tell her, it would have been a disaster. So because that person was able to arrange it, it was a wow experience. Okay, I have a request from Sumaya. Okay, she's requested everybody to please put yourself on mute. Sorry, Sumaya, I just read that. Moving on. So what is this typical crack that happens in a business? A business will always have a situation wherein what is promised and what is delivered is different. Why? Gap between sales and service. You were sold X, you received Y. You were told that you will get it, get the... Yes, Chidambra, sir? Okay. You were told that you will get the product on a particular date and a price, promise not kept. When the service was actually, the product was delivered, you were told that no, you have to pay the delivery charges also. You were told that you will be given a warranty, but when, the value added service was not provided as part of the package to you. Very common. I'm sure you all would have bought cars. You all would have bought different automobiles at different point in time. So till the time you're visiting them, they are following up every day for your car. The day you give them the check, the follow-up calls stop. All they are bothered about is the money. So if that kind of an experience happens, would you go back to the same person? Probably not. Because after the check is received is when the service starts. And that is when we need to be extra cautious and ensure that we are in touch with the customer so that the fulfillment is taken care of. So how do we bridge the gap between, the sales and customer service and the crack and the attention for detail? A lot of times, you reach out to the sales team says, no, it is the work of the customer service and fulfillment team. You reach the fulfillment team, he says, so sorry, the sales team sold you this. You bought a house, but you were promised amenities, you never received those amenities. Why? Because the sales team told you, but it is not something that has been given to us as a list of things to be provided. You're in a dilemma. You don't want to go to that builder again. So hence, as an organization, if you need to do this, you need to introduce customer championship principles. You can call it customer service principles, customer centricity principles, very important for the business. And it has to be driven from the top. It has to be the management who drives it, because it has to be a top-down approach. If the management believes that the DNA of the organization needs to have customer championship and customer focus, and we want a market share, they will ensure that it is part of the mission statement and the company goals. They will ensure that it is part of the key result areas and every individual's performance. Standardization of policies across all functions is very important. Somebody needs to sit and draft, communicate to all different departments, even if it means that all the departments have to be covered on one session or a training session or a discussion session with the management. It will be worth it, because at the end of it, the customer is getting more business. If there is a gap between the sales and fulfillment team, they need to have better communication. They need to collaborate, because if it is one goal for the company, which is customer championship and customer happiness, if customer happiness is driving the organization, then they will be able to collaborate and they will be able to find fruitful solutions for the customer. So for a smaller organization, possibly the sales and fulfillment can be done by the same person. Not possible in all cases. A lot of organizations hire quality black belts. They hire dedicated championship team. They hire dedicated customer focus teams. And what these teams do is they handle escalations, they guide all departments, and at the same time, they help in plugging in gaps in different policies, in structures, and based on customer feedback, they continue to upgrade the way the policies have been drafted. It is very important that at all point in time, we upskill our talent and we ensure that our employees not only know the product very well, but they are also building their soft skills, their professionalism, and the way they communicate with the customer. So what do you think are customer feedback tools? Because we should talk about, if we're talking about customer service, we should be able to measure it as well. So quickly, I'm just going to take you all through.
Yes. Can I come?
Yes, please.
Complaints.
Very good. I'm very happy you started with that. Who was it? Who said that?
Swami.
Thank you so much. We will talk, and I'm going to just stop complaints topic at for a little while I'm going to ask about what is this?
Customer Satisfaction Index.
So this is CSAT and customer satisfaction, customer dissatisfaction. This is a 5-scale thing that a lot of organizations follow. So it is going to be a customer satisfaction score, which is either converted into a percentage or it will be in a measure of 1 to 5. And they will be able to find out because the customer can say that I'm extremely happy or I'm satisfied or I'm dissatisfied or very dissatisfied. So it helps you measure their feedback. What is NPS? To answer, it is Net Promoter Score. What NPS does is a lot of organizations follow it now. It helps you capture the propensity of a customer to promote your organization. So if you've done everything right, the customer will be the one who will be promoting your business. What is VOC?
Can I ask a question? How do you map it? How do you map an NPS? I've understood that it's an index, but how do you map it?
Okay, I am totally not trained in NPS, just sharing tools, but I can definitely say that when the form is sent out to the customer, he will be able to answer a couple of questions. In the end, he will also have a question about, will you promote this to your friends? Recommend us to other friends. If he says, no, you get a minus score. If you get, yes, you get a plus score. So it is always measured in a plus or a minus.
Prabha here. Do
Yes,
all
Prabha.
the customers give this feedback? Because if somebody asks me to give a feedback, I'm very lazy about that. But yes, I'm very fast at complaining if something goes wrong.
Absolutely. So this is where the connect comes. This is where we are talking about that you need to be connected with your customer. If your customer cares about you, he will give feedback.
You give some stops, he will give the comment also.
Yes, you care enough. If I have gone out of way to plan your wedding and I ask for your feedback, Prabha, you'll be the first one to give me the feedback. The reason being because I cared, so you care. You will care for my business the way I care for your business. So this is how it's a two-way relationship.
Yeah, relevant. I was going to add on to what Prabha had said, that it's annoying to get in today's world when the internet and everybody has this system and mapping. It's actually annoying when they ask you for feedback at the exit. Your experience is overall once you have the product in your hand or you have the service in hand. And I think you gave a very valid point, Nitika, that actually it's your relationship. It's later that you realize that you would want to give it back because you want to talk and tell and share a good story.
Absolutely. So now, thank you, Rashi. Moving on, what is VOC? It's just the same thing. Voice of the customer. Absolutely, voice of customer. Some companies only capture that. Market share. When we are talking about customer loyalty, and if we are planning at an organization level, we are planning market share. So a lot of companies measure that. We measure repeat business. We want repeat business. And we will automatically be able to come to know, depending on the size of the business, size of the transaction, the measurement tools change. But companies do see that. Have you seen customer testimonials? Have you yourself shared customer testimonials?
Yes.
At different forums?
Yes.
We have. It helps. It helps for our business when people are saying good. And if my friend has given a positive comment about some place, I would want to go there. But now, my friend gave a good comment and a good testimonial about a place. I go there. I heard about a restaurant, great experience, great service. But when I went there, what happened was I didn't get great service. What will happen? I will go back to my friend. I will tell that because of your testimonial, I took my client there and I had a bad experience. So now I have 2 customers who are going to give bad feedback to everybody about my restaurant. So be very sure that if you are receiving those testimonials, you are consistent. Somebody did say customer wants consistent service. So you are consistent with your service. Next jargon, what is FTR?
First time
right, or yes. First time respond.
First time resolution.
First time resolution. Excellent. First time. So a lot of organizations will either call it first time right, which means you give the right answer. And a lot of organizations go for first time resolution. Resolution, hence, is important because ultimately the customer has reached out for to us for a resolution. So hence, I would go with the resolution, but right is also the same thing. Because you were right, you gave the right resolution to the customer. What is ASA?
As soon as?
After
ASA?
sales. After sales.
I like the guesses. It is average speed of answer. So FTR is first time right, but the speed in answering it. How long did you take to respond to the query and get to the resolution? FTR and resolution were mentioned separately because a lot of organizations follow it as first time right, but it is actually first time resolution as well. The last one, and somebody talked about complaints. Who was it who talked about complaints? I still remember, I'm sorry. Anil sir said it, but I couldn't.
Seshadri
sir. So, Sheshadri sir, please answer for me. And I want others also to answer if they want to. Are complaints good for the business?
Complaints are extremely good for the business.
Oh, yes.
It's a good
Absolutely.
feedback. It's a good feedback mechanism where I have to upskill myself.
In
So
fact,
there
it is the only way to retain your unsatisfied customers. They are coming back to you, not leaving you. So
absolutely.
Very well.
So feedback is definitely good for the business.
We can improve our product or service based on the complaints.
Yes. Now think of a situation. I'll just give an example. How much time do I have? I think only 5 minutes now.
No, you're almost on the verge of
3 minutes. 1 minute.
As per me, 3 minutes. Okay.
5 minutes.
Yeah. So if there is a situation and I go to a restaurant and I'm hosting my friends. So there is me and there is another friend, Ajay, who went there. I got really bad service and I quietly had that cold dinner, no attention from anybody, and I came embarrassed. Now, Ajay at the same time got the same bad service, but he called the manager and he said that today it was pathetic. And I really was embarrassed in front of my friends. The manager said, I'm really sorry. I'm really going to work on it. And please forgive me. Today I had an emergency in the house. I was not here, but I have some new staff members. Sorry for that. Give me a chance. Please come next week. Ajay goes back. He gets an excellent service. And he's really happy that all the feedback that was given by him has been plugged in and taken care of. So what do you think Ajay will do now? Do you think he will go back to the restaurant again or he will give a bad review?
He'll go back.
He'll go back.
Yeah. So now what happened to me who didn't say anything? I'm a good customer, right? I just had my meal and came back. But do you think I'll ever come back? No, right? I'll only look for another restaurant. Whereas Ajay, who gave feedback, is a loyal customer. but there are a lot of customers like me as well. And if there are customers like these, we need to proactively ensure that we take care of the service. We do a self-audit on our staff or services or products to ensure that before the customer realizes, we've repaired it. Something like what we did with the fix of the proactive team, who used to call and procure the reservation before the customer used to travel. Let's sum up. To get a happy customer, treat the customer the way you would want to be treated. There's a lot of competition in the market. Be ready to adapt and customize as per the customer requirement, because if you don't, somebody else is going to take that business away. Be innovative in your solutions. COVID has really taught us, that we have to find, I'm so used to offline training, but I had to get used to the Zoom platform and training online, because I realized that offline training is not going to happen at this point in time. We, as trainers, found a solution that, okay, online training is continuous work and upgrading as well. We have to innovate even in our products and services. Give value, we've talked about it. Have an emotional connect, build a rapport with your customer, have interpersonal relationship, wish them on weddings and all, but don't get too close as well. Don't get into their space as well. Ultimately, they are your customers, because if you do, probably you might offend them. Maintain a good rapport and keep it to that. Always go the extra mile. It always works with a customer. And if you are able to go the extra mile and you have been able to keep a happy customer, then you are a customer champion. You have a customer who is loyal to you, who will come back to you for your services. He will be your ambassador, and he will be the one who will be promoting your product and service. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Very good presentation.
Very good presentation, Nitika. Very good presentation.
Excellent.
Madam,
Thank
I am
you.
Gopi Krishnan. I have a question.
Sir, we don't have time for questions, sir. We've got another couple of speakers more, sir. We will take the questions after. Yeah. Thank you so much for your understanding.
Thank you, Ms. Nitika, for coming over and doing this presentation on your session.
Pleasure.
We would now request Mr. Durga Prasad to come up with the polling on the screen.
Polling is just launched. Kindly vote. Hope all of you get the polling on your screens. One more minute to go. Thank you. Thank you. The poll has just ended. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Durga Prasad. Friends, The fourth speaker for the day is Mr. Hashim Q. Adil, and he is going to speak on the topic Systems for Growth. Mr. Hashim mentors professionals to make the transition from being an employee to entrepreneur and to a business owner. He helps them to grow their business online and offline by creating systems to establish a thriving, sustainable, and profitable business. He has authored 3 books. He has created and co-created 4 Gears of Business Growth as a program, and also a e-com startup. He is a certified e-commerce specialist from Amazon India. I'm now pleased to welcome Mr. Hashim to deliver his presentation today. Mr. Hashim, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, sir, and thank you all of you for giving me this opportunity to speak on this platform. So today, am I audible to all? First of all, I would like to know, is there anything, I'm audible to everybody?
Yes, sir.
You're audible.
Great. So today I'm going to speak on the topic which is called as Systems for Growth. And this topic is very close to me because since my inception of this services in 2007, I worked with hundreds and thousands of people to establish their businesses and grow in businesses. What we have found in this particular sessions of having this mentoring sessions and consulting sessions with businesses, that 97% of the business don't have a proper set of systems. So today I'm going to talk about 9 different systems that is going to help everybody in growing their business. So just give me a moment, I'll share my presentation screen to all of you. Is my screen visible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Great. Thank you for responses. So let's begin with 9 critical and must-have systems to grow your business. Before I move on and talk about a lot of things in the 9 critical business systems, how many of you people are into business actually? Any kind of business, service business, or you people are into product-based business, whatever business you may be into. So just to know how many of you are in a business. Okay, we have got Manoj sir, Vishal ji, Suma ji. Great. Okay, so few of you are in business, few of you are into hailing and some kind of other services, again, service-based businesses. So let's begin. Business systems or having business is like, you can say it's like flying an airplane. The various component of airplane comes together to take a flight, correct? So today we are going to see what are the components that help a plane. And with the analogy, I'll also describe how it's important to have an into business and how we can right now start off putting those systems into the place. So moving on, before I move on, again, just wanted to know from all of you, how many of you people are excited to improve, build, and grow your systems into business right now? And how many of you are committed to implement those things that we are going to have this in this presentation today? Very much committed. Great. I love this energy. Okay, so without wasting more of the time, let's begin by building our business systems. So the first thing that comes into the mind when we talk about getting into the business systems is getting into the pre-flight checklist or awareness. Many of you people must have heard of SWOT analysis and awareness system before we start and after we start the business, product analysis, kind of market analysis, things that we do. All those kind of stuff is come into the pre-checklist or awareness. Whenever we start a business or anybody starts a business, must go through this situation where they go into the market analysis systems where they analyze whether the market is for them or not, whether their product is acceptable with the market or not, and whether their business is viable in terms of financial standing. So from flight planning and the pre-flight weather checkup, everything needs to be taken care of. The purpose of business and weaknesses of the business, plus the owners and founders of the business, and making a mistake in analyzing all those can cost to your business. We have seen a lot of businesses failing because they didn't do the market awareness check before providing their services or products into the market. So let's begin and build up with the first thing, that is flight plan and navigation system. Now, before I move on, I just want to have a question with you. We all travel from different modes. Do we travel, right? My question is, what is the first stage? What is the first thing that we do before traveling? What is the first thing that we do? Plan.
Can you repeat the question?
So what is the first? I'm asking, we all travel, right?
Yes.
We do plan for the traveling. What is the first thing that we do when we travel? Or book tickets? Whatever the means.
Where we are going to go.
Boarding pass, we get it issued.
First to know where we are traveling and plan when we are going to do.
Plan the journey.
Okay, decide. Plan the journey. Decide the destination first. Great, awesome. Take care of itinerary. Yes. What is the first step? When you
check the availability of the mode of destination, mode of traveling.
Fix the date.
Okay. Fix the date. Okay. Fix the date. Great. Then what is the thing that we do? Fixing date and everything is correct. When we fill the form to book our tickets, what is the first column that we fill?
Visualize the journey.
Okay, visualize the journey. The first column that we fill in is where we are traveling from.
To.
Straight
correct?
Yeah. From and to.
So first is from and to. The first thing that we do is where we are starting the journey and where we want to go. And then the dates and the mode of transport and every single thing comes into the action. Isn't it? Then the planning and everything comes into the action. From where I want to go and where I want to go. Correct? So the first thing that people check while delivering, the first thing when the pilot checks while sitting in the cockpit before even he before he got his flight off. First thing they check is the navigation and the systems of the plane. So what does the navigation system do? Navigation systems allow us to plan our journey and navigate whenever we go haywire or we misguide from our or mistrack from our destination. So this is how we are going to work on our first business system, that is called as goals vision system. This gives us the direction and the navigation where we want to go in next 2, 3, 5, 7 years. Whether I want to make certain kind of a sale or I want to create a legacy for my business. So goals, vision, mission systems. The first thing that we need is, so here I want to know from all of you, what is the vision for your business? What is it that you want in the next 5 years to happen in your business? Just put it in the comment box. And how many of you have a written statement in front of you for your business? And I'm also going to share, if you don't have, don't worry, I'm also going to share a quick process that will going to help you start actually drafting your vision right away. So looking forward for your answers. How many of you already have? Making career of 1,000 students, 10,000 students, great. Want to increase, expand, okay. Everyone else, I can see around 60 plus people into this session. Am I correct? So I would like to have, at least on this point, I would like to have answers from all of you for goals specifically. Okay, to improve the standards for students. Okay. Profits, best in class, excellence. Awesome. Bring happiness into life, into people. Okay. Awesome. Reach out to 20,000 people. Wonderful. I'm really inspired by the goals that we are having right now. So the first stage for the navigation system is where are you really going? As we said, the first is where you're starting from. So we probably have an idea where we are studying today, whatever the students we are having, just taking an example from of the participants. So students, let's say I am having I want to reach 10,000 students, but I am having, let's say 2,000 students right now. So there is a gap of 8,000. So these are the questions that will help you fill up those gaps. Where are you really going? So what do you really want? And just take 30 seconds to do that, not more than that. Just take 30 seconds and make a note of it. That is going to really help you. How badly you want it. What are you willing to do to make it happen? What actions, whatever actions you are going to take, if required, you are willing to get up at 6 in the morning, work at midnight, whatever it is. Who will get around to back up on track? Whenever you lose the focus, whenever you go off track, who is going to help you? Who is your mentor? Who is your companion? Who is your partner? Who is your accountable partner? Who is going to help you in this thing? What will you do to keep your vision in front of you as you struggle through the difficulties to get there? So these are 5 powerful questions that will help you design a goal and a vision for yourself. And I want you to be very, very specific. I really like the goal of reaching 10,000 people in next 5 years. That's a great one. Now, the second thing we must consider while creating a vision, mission, value system, vision, mission, and goal system is the most important priority on what matters the most. What is one thing that matters the most in your business? What is one thing that you really want to get into your business? One thing. If you can do one thing all day, you won't get tired. And one thing you are very close to your heart. What is one thing that you want? So here I got clients, but what in clients? You want to solve the problem of the clients, or you want to get more clients, or you are very good at sales, you enjoy selling. What is it? Anil sir said to solve problems. Great. Bring happiness into the client's life. Okay. Best service. To help fulfill his niche. Okay. Good. So it's very important to know what our priority is and focus on it. For example, me as a coach, as a business model strategist, my main focus is how to redesign business models so that business become profitable. So this is the most important priority. I'll do anything and everything to get this thing done. Everything else is done by the team or anything, the person we have hired off. Select good employees, customer satisfaction, and we are going to talk about customer satisfaction system. Great. The third thing that you need to consider while you are working on your business. Most of the time we are working in the business, but today we are working on the business. So what are the limiting factors that are holding you back? One of the story I read in the book Syndrome by Mr. Richard Branson, he said he was very weak in financial systems. He was very good in innovation. He was very good in marketing, but he was very weak at the financial systems. So he had two options, whether financial systems or take into his business to create that financial system for him. So what he did, he got system for his business. What are your limiting factors?
Network problem.
Just hold on a second.
Your audio is not clear.
No sound.
Looks like we have lost Mr. Small.
Yeah.
Hashim is not to be seen. I think he has some connectivity issues.
Yes. Yes.
No problem. Let us 30 seconds give him chance,
Sure, sure.
You may rejoin.
This is all unforeseen.
Mohan, you go ahead with the next speaker. We'll give him a chance after the speaker.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Next speaker ready.
Right.
Hello.
Yeah. Please come. Come on. Yeah, please come.
Great. Very good.
Yeah,
very good.
Continue, Asim.
Continue. Very good.
Great. Okay, just hold on a second. I'll just share my screen.
Now you are loud and clear.
Oh, that's great. Just hold on for a second. I'll just navigate to the slide that we just brought. Is my screen clear now?
Yeah.
Great. Everything working perfectly? Shall we move on?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Great. So I was giving example of Mr. Richard Branson that I read in the book Superstar Syndrome. What he found that he was having a limiting factor when it came to financial system. He was very good in innovating. He was very good in marketing, but he was not good in the financial systems. So there were two options for him. Either hire somebody who can create financial system for him, or he can partner with somebody who can do it for him on a profit sharing basis. So what he did, he got his best friend to come and join him and started a partnership thing, started a company, and the financial systems were created by him. And now you probably know the company which is known as Virgin. Okay, so this was the thing that happened with the Richard Branson. So the limiting factors that are holding you back, what are the things that you are holding your business back, what are the skills that you require, what are the things that needs to be upgraded, what are the things that you need to explore in order to grow your business? And for that, you need to be aware of what are the limiting factors you might be having. So it's a part of goals system. Now, next thing that you need to keep in mind when you're creating your goal, vision, and mission statement is what your competition is doing. How many of you and how often you go and visit your competitors' website, their social media pages, and do a study on your competition, what services they are doing, what is the thing they're doing better than us, what are the things that they need to improve, and you find a gap and you provide those services. How many of you do it on regularly basis? Just would like to know from your answers.
No.
So I'd like to know from you, how many of you go and do a competitor analysis on regular basis? Probably in 3 months. Always on war footing. Great.
There are many competitors.
Okay. There might be many competitors, but I would recommend you must study at least 5 to 7 of your competitors on regular basis. Not regularly, okay? Got it. So here is the thing. What you need to do if you really want to hit your goals and you want to be very true to your vision, then you must learn to analyze your competition. What are the things you must consider? Their website, what kind of lead magnets they are giving, their social media strategy, what are they doing on the social media, their customer retention strategy. Ma'am just spoke about it in a little while before. So all those kind of stuff you need to see in your competition what they are doing, because when you see it, you will see how different, how you are different from your competitor, and that will help you sell more. And when you sell more, your business will grow automatically. So those are the things that you need to have regularly in your calendar. At least every 90 days, you must visit your competitor's website and all those kind of stuff. Fair? And this will help you hit your goals more faster than you think. I'll share the case study as well by the end of this session, that how these things helped a business to grow 1100% in 8 months' time. Now, what other actions you are going to take? Now we have done all those kind of stuff. We have written those answers to the questions that 10,000 students we need to do. We need to bring happiness in our clients' lives. We need to improve the performance. We need to get more clients, all those kind of stuff. Now I want you to take just a minute and write down what are the actions that come up in your mind right away that you are going to take in order to get more clients or get more happiness into the client life, whatever the goal you have shared with me in this session. So just take a minute and make a note of it. You can share in the chat box as well. What are the 2-3 actions that you're going to take immediately on the basis of what exercise we have just done? And one more thing I just want to mention in here is always keep value creation in mind. While writing your vision statement, it's important what values you are true to yourself and to your business. For example, integrity, commitment, these are the values. So what are the values that you are going to bring in your business? Your values, your partner's values, your team values commonly get into the action. So what is it that you are going to bring in in your vision statement, in your vision that is going to help your customer identify you better than your competition. Action plan, trust, avoid multitasking. Great. Consistency, knowledge sharing, connecting and guiding, arranging seminar, webinars, etc. Great. Need to look for digital marketing solutions, brand positioning. Wonderful. So I hope this exercise helped you in getting more clarity of what you exactly want in your business right away. Let's move on to the next section. The next section is pilot, responsible for guiding and controlling the aircraft, the founders of the company. Now, we just had a vision statement, a mission statement, and a goal likely in front of us. Now it's our job to produce those results. As a founder, as a creator of the company, as a director, as a CEO, whatever the position you may be in, it's our responsibility to be very, very productive and help our team to be very productive in order to achieve those things. Now, one thing that we got from the service that we did and worked with the business owners, that many of us really struggle in taking control of your time. How many of you can relate to what I'm saying? Taking control of your time. How many of us struggle in really managing our time well, or rather I would say managing our priorities well? We do something, we plan something, and we execute something else. How many of us actually, including me, how many of us have experienced this thing day in and day out in our business? We all, right? We plan something, then something comes up, we lose the vision for whatever the things we are doing, and again we are most of the time busy in firefighting. Correct? But if as a pilot, as a business founder of a business, or a director of a business, or a CEO of a business, my job is to be productive myself and help my team to be very, very productive, isn't it? That's where the real business is going to happen. That's where the sale is going to increase. That's where your marketing efforts are going to pay back. That's where your financial standing is going to be strong. So these are a few of the things we are going to take in order to take control of our time. So let's see those things. Now, the 5 tactics or systems that we must include or think about when talking about time management systems. And these are the things that we also use in our organization. Don't physically be your business all the time. If people can't find you, they can't interrupt you. So take time off, or rather we can say take time to do a deep work. You can also read a book, Deep Work for it. It's an excellent book to increase productivity. So physically take time off for the deep work. Have time when you return calls. Now, most of the time what happens is every time my phone is ringing, every time my mailbox is triggering, notifying me what's here, every time my WhatsApp notification is coming in, it's really not going to help me focus. So schedule a time for returning calls. Whatever calls you get in, just take 1-2 hours time in a day, or 3 hours in a time in a day in a focused manner, and just call them back. Have 2 or 3 times where you can check and answer your email. Nothing is most important until unless somebody calls you and tells you that this is the important thing, you need to do it right now. Teach your team how to deal with busy and productive person. When being work at certain tasks, remove all kind of distractions. Your cell phone, your social media accounts. You can also use tracking one of the application that will help you track your time spending on various social media sites and everything, and that will help you get more insights on your productivity work. So these are few of the things that you can do right now in order to increase your productivity. Getting more done in your business hangs in 4 things. Ability to control yourself, because restrictions are continuous. If you allow them to be, it's going to haywire your day. Your ability to control your working environment, and your ability to control others, and your ability to control your time and priorities. How many of we have a weekly plan? How many of us have a weekly plan? Just quickly, so that we can move on for we can move forward.
What is the question?
Yes.
How many of us design a weekly plan?
Oh, to-do list. To-do list.
I do.
To-do list, you can say, or I would say weekly action plan, where we design or we plan our week well in advance, so that we know exactly what needs to be done when. Do we have a weekly plan? Hello?
We make and fail.
Yes, we have plan, but difficult to follow.
You see.
Got it. Now, I would just ask a question. Why is it so? Quickly, we will have this answer and we'll move forward. Because I am going to give you an insight here that is going to help you stick to your plan. Why is it so? What are the reasons behind it?
To be more productive, to more utilization of time.
Hello? Am I audible to all?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yes, please.
We want to be more productive in utilizing time.
Got it. But what is the difficulty of following the plan?
Distractions.
Distractions.
Not focus. Multitasking.
Not focused.
Now multitasking.
Great. So now I will give you a quick resolution to it. First of all, if you see your weekly plan, you will see you are over committed to the time that you are investing in. Just make note of it. Secondly, divide your timing into 3 slots in a day, 90 minutes each, where you are going to do all your productive time. All your productive things, 90 minutes each. So that will help you stick to your plan, and whatever you write in the plan, cut off 20% of the things. That will give you an actual insight of what are the actions that I need to take immediately in order to get things done. Implement this thing, and I'm sure you are going to have a productive week from next week onwards. So list all your business activities at your business that take up your time and require your talent. List 3 to 5 ways in which you wish your sales consultant were more productive with their time. Grade your own performance in each of these areas and evaluate how you use every 15 minutes of your time this week at your business. It's a 1 week activity, and you are going to realize a lot of things will happen in order to make yourself productive. Now let's talk about the second part of the third part.
Your time is over.
My time is over?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Can I have 5 more minutes?
2 more minutes.
2 more minutes. I think it will be very difficult to cover it in 2 more minutes, but
Okay.
still I'll just guide along very quickly. So wings in a business, wings are represented your idea and the mindset. So it's the mindset of a leadership that you need to cultivate in your business. Develop yourself, assign members to read a book and pay them to do so. Set a goal and create curiosity for the industry standards. This will help you get more insights in your business. Be authentic and willing to admit your weaknesses. Help others to move up the accountability ladder in your business. This will help you really take off your flight. Third is financial system, fuel system, which acts as a fuel. So there are 6 quick ways to build a great financial system. You can take a screenshot of it. We are already very short of time, so I'll just quickly go through it. Upsell is one of the things I would like to talk, but let's say we'll have some another session for it. Then engine is a marketing system. Lead generation system is one thing that really need to be taken care of, because we have found that, and I think you must also resonate. When we generate leads, most of our leads go into the vested funnel because we are not able to follow up with those leads. We don't have a complete marketing funnel and plan of action and follow-up system in order to get those leads, convert those leads, and get them into the system again and again, and get them buy from us. So you need to have your pre-sale systems and marketing systems, lead systems, and sales scripting systems in place. Just take a screenshot of it. These are the 8 things that you must have in your business in order to increase conversion rate. Your hiring system, that is crew. Passenger, your customer service systems. Now I would like to end on this. Just take this 10 pointers checklist of all the customer issues that occur are out of this 10 points that we have posted in this web slide right now. So if you really want to improve your customer service, just build a checklist, just build a system around these 10 pointers, and you will see your customer satisfaction will go up 30% to 50% in next 10 days. Right. So this is a short program from presentation from my side. Now I am open for Q&A. If you have any, I am open for the question and answer session.
Okay, Mohan, polling. Unmute and poll on. Mohan. Unmute, Mohan.
Hello.
Mohan, unmute and do the polling.
Mr. Hashin.
Yes, sir.
Mohan,
I'll launch the polling now.
Your voice is breaking. Actually, I'm not able to hear you correctly.
The poll is on. The
poll
audience
is on. Poll is on. Audience poll is on. Well, there are 10 questions. Please answer all the 10 and give your vote to Mr. Hashim.
So just a quick follow from all of you as well. A quick feedback. How was it? It was a little bit more than what I anticipated. The time was a little short for me, but still I've tried my best to convey the.
My feedback, Hashim Saab, excellent presentation, but you need 1 more hour at least.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You know, time management.
Yeah. I got it, sir. I got it, sir.
So one more
I'll also improve it.
Mr.
1 more minute.
Mr. Prasad, how many more minutes is there?
1 more.
1 more minute. Okay.
Yeah, 50 seconds to be precise.
You can give your telephone number, Hashim ji.
Yeah. Please, I am giving 836.
No, chat box
4766.
Chat box, you write chat box.
Yeah, I'll just put it in the chat box. It's here. I already done that.
Thank you. We can take your guidance.
Sure. Anytime, sir.
What another 20 seconds to go. Those of you who are yet to vote, kindly do the needful. Five more seconds. ending the poll. Thank you so much, Mr. Hashim. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Durga Prasad.
Thank you, sir, for the opportunity.
Thank you. Friends, before we proceed with the fifth and final contestants for today's event, I would like to invite Mr. Daniel Jacob to share an information on Mr. Arun Subramaniam's Pay What You Want program, Persuasion, the Science of Shared Solutions. Mr. Daniel, I request you to please go ahead and with the introduction to the audience.
Right. Thanks, Mohan. I wish to thank Mr. Habib Mohammed for immediately getting clarification on international payment and registering for this Pay What You Want program. We really appreciate you for your promptness. It is said, when there's something good to be done, never postpone it, get into action immediately. And I'm sure you displayed that quality, Mr. Habib, wanting to know what this program is all about. So we certainly appreciate you for your spontaneity and for your registration into the program. At the same time, we also like to thank all those people who are already registered into the program and showing a lot of keenness. And your registration is certainly making a big difference to the participants over here, and is also going to make a difference in your life, because the program per se is very, very powerful. You can take it from me, because I've attended Mr. Arun Subramaniam's program, and I've seen the depth and the research that he puts into, the hours that he puts into. So therefore, it's a great decision of getting into the program, empowering yourself, and also enhancing the community of this World's Best Trainers Forum. So therefore, this forum, this competition is financed through Mr. Arun Subramaniam's program, Pay What You Want. Now, as we said, the program is titled Persuasion, the Science of Shared Solutions. So this is a 4-hour slice of his highly accomplished international program, 45-hour program, Who Are You Talking To? So this program is based upon the research work of the Nobel Prize winner, Daniel Kahneman. In this 4 hours, Mr. Arun Subramaniam will be discussing how the mind works, how to influence the subconscious mind, and what are the pressure points with which addressed will get you the desired results of behavioral change. So therefore, if you want to succeed in life and persuade people to do what you want, please attend this program. The program is on 25th of April, Sunday, from 10:30 to 12:30 pre-noon and 2 to 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Totally a 4-hour program. And this program, the entire program is priced at $1,500 for this 4 hours. So this 4 hours should be working with something like around 12,000 Indian rupees. But you can join by paying what you want. So for some more details on it, I'd like this video to be played for you.
Be it Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, or Benito Mussolini, Mao Zedong or Pol Pot, be it Robert Mugabe or Saddam Hussein. God knows how many more like them. They vested themselves with divine power. And this power they used to trick, subdue, suppress, torture, and terrorize people. And the weapon they used was fear. In the English language, there is a special word for them. They are called despots. Yes, despots. On the other hand, we have people like Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, who fought for civil liberties. We have Bill Gates, an epitome of entrepreneurship. We have Steve Jobs, who is synonymous with innovation. Calvin Klein, the very name conjures of fashion. And Germaine Greer, that Australian writer who made feminism so famous. These people are leaders. Yes, despots coerce, while leaders liberate. And they liberate by influencing and inspiring people. I have studied the leadership styles of people in history and those I have worked with. And I've been intrigued, not by why they lead, but what makes their followers decide to follow them. And I found that there could be many reasons. Brilliant leaders are followed by people because these people could possibly be telling themselves, I can learn something from him. And there are leaders with positional authority so huge that people want to hitch their wagon to their stars so that they can grow with them. And there are others who are followed simply because of what they are or what they represent. Friends, irrespective of why people follow them, there is one common string running through all these people, and that is they are all inspired by the people they follow. Do you want to inspire people? Do you want people to follow you to the end of the earth? Do you want people to hang on to every word that you say? Today, the world is engulfed by a fog of fear and uncertainty. The challenge in front of world leadership is, how does it overcome this overwhelming sense of despair and distrust? I am on a journey to instill courage and confidence, and that can be done only if you can understand the source of all this fear, the reptilian brain. Remember, knowledge empowers and understanding liberates. Come join with me on my journey. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to is all about influencing and inspiring people. The first episode has already been posted, and the second episode is due next week. Come subscribe to my channel so that when the next episode is posted, you'll get the notification and you can watch it. Remember, friends, it is time for you to be introduced to the reptilian brain through who are you talking to. Thank you.
Right, the payment link is posted in the chat box. Kindly do enroll, register, pay what you want, and support this program as we bring out world's best trainers. Your support goes a long way in enhancing so many people who in turn can empower a whole lot of people. Okay, so the link will be posted. Kindly click the link and register yourself for the program happening on 25th of April. And you're looking at a target of 1,000 people because that's what we want to do, to empower a lot of people. Okay, I think the screen is blocked. Okay, over to you, Mr. Mohan. Yeah, the link is there. Kindly click on and register, pay what you want. Yes, Mohan, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Daniel. Friends, the fifth speaker for the day is Ms. Monica Nagpal, and she will speak on the topic, Nurturing the Habits of Happiness. Dr. Monica is a humanistic coach, certified parenting and coach, and a happiness coach. She has been helping women and children to tap into their inherent potential to be happy. I'm very pleased to welcome Dr. Monica Nagpal to deliver her presentation today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mohan, and thank you so much for the TopLeague trainers team, full team. I'm so grateful for giving this opportunity today. So I will start sharing the screen. If you can make me the co-host.
Yeah, Ms. Yeah, Dr. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good evening, friends. I would just first like to ask everybody who will like to get up in the morning and say that I want to be happier today. You can post your things in your chat box and you can say that who wants to be happier when you get up in the morning. And I'm sure everybody will say yes. Nobody will say that I want to get up miserable. right? So this is what this whole program is all about, because past year has really robbed us of two things. One is health and one is happiness. And it has also given us two things, hope and resilience. So what is all this happiness about? Why do we want to talk of happiness so much? In these times when people are suffering, we feel so guilty about talking about happiness. We don't feel like being happy because there is so much suffering outside. But today we will talk about happiness to bring about that happiness which is inherent in each person. And it is not about seeing suffering and not having that kind of compassionate heart for suffering. Happiness is not dependent on that. So let us go further to understand why should we discuss happiness today. So probably you have some relationship issues, maybe with your partners, with your children. That could be one area why we would like to be more happy. Another could be in spite of everything which you have got. I was listening to, I'm not a trainer, a corporate trainer. I have never worked in a corporate. So I cannot say all of what everybody was saying here. But to be a good leader, even in a corporate, you need to be happy. Your employees have to be happy. And in spite of having so much, you may sometimes feel empty inside. So that is why we need to discuss happiness. And sometimes in spite of everything, you may be feeling lost. You may not have that kind of a well-being inside you. So that is another point for which we have to discuss happiness. And probably you also have health challenges, and who is not getting it nowadays? And the past year has told us that this health is the most important thing that we need to have. And also we need to find purpose, because we have the money, we have everything, but then what? What next? So for that also we need to discuss happiness. Happiness actually brings about lengthening of our life. It is actually increasing our immune system. So that is why it is very important to discuss happiness today. Happiness word has 918 million entries in Google. So you will see how many people are actually Googling that what is happiness? How should I find happiness? And happiness was rated the highest among the 12 possible goals. So what is happiness? We're all talking about happiness. So what is happiness? It has been told, the definitions are all over. It is starting from Aristotle to Mother Teresa to Steve Jobs to Oprah. Everybody has given their own definition for happiness. But what is happiness? As a child, you have a different definition of happiness. When you grow up, you have a different definition of happiness. So I would like to share a small story here, and I'm sure everybody would have also heard about it sometime, but I will just again relate. So there were a few children who were playing on the beach, and the teacher comes and says, "Children, why are you here? You should be in your classes. Why are you here?" So children says, "Why should we be in the classes? We are enjoying." So he says, when you go to the classes and you study well, you will score good marks. And when you score good marks, you will be getting admission in good colleges. So the children are, okay, fine. Yes. Then what? He says, okay, when you have good score, you have good colleges, and then you have good colleges, and then you have good jobs. And he says, okay, children are very, very happy to hear that. Okay, we will have good jobs. And then what? The teacher says you will have good job, and then you will find a good partner. And then when you find a good partner, you will have good children. So children say, okay, very nice. So what next? What is the next thing? He says, then with your partner, with your children, you will go on a vacation on a beach and you will enjoy. So the children are so amused and they say, sir, we are doing that already. So what is that going to happen if we study? So this is happiness. The happiness is in the now. So that is what children were able to explain to the teacher. So let us come to the benefits of happiness. That when you are happy, what is it happening? So when we are happy, we are more creative. Now, there was a study done also on this. Then it was found that when there is a two set of children, one is a control group and other is the other group, and they were given chocolates. And chocolate is one thing which gives us a lot of happiness as a material thing. So the children who were given chocolates, they were asked to identify certain things, to draw certain things, and the control group was also given the same task. And it was found that the children who had eaten chocolates, they drew so beautifully with more creativity, and they identified the objects more promptly. So that is why it is it is studied that happiness makes us more creative. Happiness is good for our health, which we have known for by now, that happiness, a person who is happy is going to take care of themselves, and this is going to be more healthy. You will have more friends when you are happy. So obviously, if you are a happy person, people will be able to come to you. You become a magnet when you are happy. So that is why it is important that we are happy to have more friends. As a leader, when you are happy, your organization is also happy. The whole culture in the organization is that of joy, and you are able to have a lot of well-being of all the employees there. Then you are more philanthropic. Yeah, because you become so generous, because that happiness gives generosity. So when you are happy, you become more generous. That is also a study-based fact. You become more productive when you are able to do more, because when you are happy at that time, you have that kind of energy which is drained when you are not happy. You are depressed, you don't feel like doing anything. But when you are happy, you are able to do so much more. And then you have good relationship with your partner. It is there that you are able to have long relationships with your partner, and less divorces, of course, when you are happy. And then lastly, that you are able to actually cope better in stress and trauma. So when you have, your immunity is boosted, so you are able to cope better when you are happy. So coming to the now obstacles, because now we know that happiness has a lot of benefits, but nothing comes without some obstacles. So what are those obstacles to happiness? So there is one point which is called the happiness set point. Each of us is born with a happiness set point. So what is this happiness set point? Happiness set point is that a person is happy, whatever it may be. This person is happy. So you may find in your own circle, in your own home. I can tell in my own home also, when we watch a comedy show like a Kapil Sharma show, not everybody is smiling like that. No, somebody is just smiling, somebody is laughing so much, because everybody has a different happiness set point. So another point which is there is about personality trait. So some people will be, okay, I am like this, I don't want to change, I am like this only, I don't want to be like this, always giggling and laughing, I want to be like this. So they are a very contracted kind of people. They will not want to be happy all the time. So if we can just do a small exercise on this point, I will request everybody to just curl up like that. Like if you can open your videos, we can see also, or if you don't want to do that, we can really, probably we can just do our own selves, just curl up like this. Wherever you're sitting on a sofa, chair, on your bed, just curl up like this and just say, I am happy. Are you able to say I am happy when you're so curled up? I'm sure we are not able to say we are happy. Now what you will do, you will just open your hands like this. Just open your hands wide like this and say, I am depressed. And I'm sure you will not be able to say I'm depressed, because you're so expanded. When your life is so expanded and wide, you can never feel depressed. You will just say it probably from your mouth, but inside you are laughing that you are expanded. You cannot say I'm depressed. So this is the personality trait which people have, and they don't want to change sometimes. Then there is another thing which really keeps us away from our happiness is hedonic adaptation. And this means that we are able to adapt to the positivity immediately. For example, we get a lottery ticket and we are so happy at that moment, and after a few days, it is all gone by. And another very good example is of marriage. Everybody longs to get married. No, they want to get married. And what happens later? No, you don't have to smile for that. You can just say it out. And you know that after how many years, the whole spark goes away. Anybody could just guess, or they can put it in the chat box, how many years after that they will have the spark going away from their marriage. There is a full study on that. I will share, but if you want to share, you can just share. You can open your videos and you can share, or if you can want to put it in the chat box, you can just write down.
Could you repeat the question, madam? Repeat the question.
After how many years of marriage, the spark of the marriage just goes away?
In my case, it doesn't never go away.
Oh, wonderful, so wonderful.
60 years.
Yes,
60 years. Okay,
it remains,
okay.
It remains on up to you, man.
Okay, okay.
Maybe when one of the spouse passes away.
Okay, wonderful, so wonderful. The study says that when we get actually adapted to the environment, especially the marriage, after 2 years, actually the spark is just diminished.
And
but
how it is possible?
It's not true.
That is the study. But yeah, I know India is India. We are so much committed to our spouses. So thank you so much for that. But that is again one obstacle to our happiness, which is called hedonic adaptation.
We have been same spark over 40 years.
Yes, wonderful. So can we become happier is the question now. Can we become happier? Like, because there is a set point of my being happy. Can I become more happy? Can I become more happy than what I am? Is the question now. Are we going to give answer to that? That you can become more happier? Yes or no?
Happiness.
Yes, yes.
Happiness
Yes.
can never have degrees of comparison. If you are
Yes.
happy, you are happy. That's all.
Right. You can
There
become
is
more
no-
happier also. So because there is a dose of daily happiness, no, daily dose of happiness is there. We have chemicals, the happiness chemicals in our body, which is called dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. This is the daily dose of happiness which we have in our body, because of which we can actually become more happy. Dopamine is a power chemical. When you are doing your task very well, you become a little more happy. Oxytocin is a love hormone. When somebody really gives you a hug or they praise you, you become really happy. And serotonin is your hormone of your moods. If your mood is good or bad, that depends on your serotonin. And endorphin is the motivational hormone which motivates you to achieve your goals. So these are the hormones which are there in our body, and if we are able to raise them, we will be more happy. So one small exercise which we all can do every day to increase our serotonin is to just stand in front of the sun in the morning. If you stand in front of the sun in the morning with your eyes closed, with your palms closed like this, and you just stand for 1 minute and feel that you are absorbing the whole sunlight, and then you will be able to actually take a lot of serotonin in your body. And you can feel this difference in 1 week itself. So these are the happiness hormones which we have. So that proves that if we are able to have these chemicals in our body, we will, these which are already present, and we are working on them by changing our habits. So that is the whole point of this presentation, is that we are able to nurture the habits of happiness. So that is how we will be able to increase our happiness set point. We cannot say that, no, I am like this only. I am a depressed person, I will remain so. No, we can become a happier person. That is what we have to understand now. So I have just brought about this analogy of a tree of life. So the tree of life is this, that when you are creating a cause, which is the seed which is going, and then your mind is like the roots, no? And then your trunk, the whole body, the branches is your body, which is taking care of the whole tree. And your leaves are your heart. That heart which is there, which is pumping the blood like the leaves, which is the kitchen of the trees. And then your flowers, which is the purpose of your life. And then you have the fruit. The cause that I have created, the seed that I have planted is what is the effect which is going to come, the meaning of my life. That is what is going to come about. So if I nurture this plant or this tree in my life, then I am going to have a lot of happiness. So if I nurture the tree of my life by nurturing the habits of happiness, I will be a happy person. So how do I do that? How do I do that? So I have made an acronym of nurture. So N stands to nourish the attributes of gratitude, forgiveness, and loving kindness. So if I am able to nourish all these in myself, I am on the way of developing a habit of happiness. Then U stands for upscaling yourself. So if I am becoming stagnant in my life, I will be not happy. I have to upscale myself. And now we have a lot of opportunities to really upscale ourselves by learning new skills, by doing something new every day. So this is how I will upscale myself. Then my relationship with my own self is very, very important. If I'm self-caring or I am battering myself, that is going to be one more habit which will help me to be happy. Another thing is about time. Do I always believe that I was happy, or do I believe that I will be happy, or I believe that I am happy now? So that is the time, past, present, or future. So if I'm able to have this correct relationship of time, I will be also building the habits of happiness. Then is unplugging from technology, very, very important. Though technology has been a boon for all of us last year, Zoom is zooming, and children are also getting the education because of technology, and they will get more of in the near future. But still there has to be certain time, because there is a lot of side effects of too much of technology. So one important thing is to unplug from technology for some time at least. Then your relationship with others. What is your relationship with others? That is the most important thing, right? That how are you behaving with your community, with your family? If you are having good relationships with all of them, you are building a good habit of happiness. Now, last is your E. The nurture is the E, which is evoking your spirituality. Having faith. Spirituality does not mean religion. I'm not propagating any religion here, just spirituality, that you have the virtues which will help you to be becoming a better person, right? You continue to grow as a human being. That is more important. And when we have a plant and we are nurturing the plant with so many things, we also have weeds around there. So what are the weeds which is going to disturb the nurturing of the plant? So there are certain weeds which we have to understand. First, W is the control we want. We want to control everybody. No, that if you are not controlling, we get so much of anger that I'm not able to control this person. And even we are not even to control ourselves. No, that control is so bad. So that is why this is a weed. And then you have so much of expectations from others that I have done for you, you should do this back for me. This is again a hindrance to our happiness. Then we have a lot of comparison and envy. Even from childhood, we are teaching our children this. This person, your classmate has got this many marks and you have not got this many marks. This person has this much bonus, I did not have this much bonus. This person is going on a vacation here, I am not. So this is the comparison which is leading us to unhappiness. And then we have a total distrust in life and also others. There is a trust issues with so many people. And there's distrust in life because we believe that nothing is going to go right in my life or in any ways. This world is doomed. Such are the statements which come out, which actually jeopardize our happiness. And then last is your self-doubt. You don't believe in the source of your potential, which is inside. That self-doubt is actually eating it up. So this is the weed which is a hindrance in our happiness, so to say. So what we understand when we understand the tree of life is that we have to nurture the tree of life and we have to get away from the weeds. And what we think, what we say, and what we do has to be in sync. So that is what Mahatma Gandhi says, that happiness is what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. So this is what I would want all of you to understand and say, remember. And lastly, if we have time, sir, do we have time, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you got 6 minutes.
Wonderful. So I thought we will just do a small meditation to just open our heart. If we can just do a small meditation to open our heart before we take some questions. If everybody is ready, we can do a small meditation. So everybody can just keep their hands on the heart. And you can close your eyes. And you can take a deep breath. And just imagine with your inhalation, with every inhalation, you are taking in lot of love, lot of kindness. Your heart is filled with lot of love and lot of kindness. You are breathing from your heart. You can feel that you are breathing from your heart. With every inhalation, you have taken lot of kindness, lot of love. And with every exhalation, you have given out all the stress. You have released all the stress which was there in your heart. You can feel the breathing in your heart. Your heart is filled with love now. It is expanding. With one more deep breath, you can slowly open your eyes. Thank you. So this is a very small meditation which can be done anywhere. It is not there that you have to really be present in your house to be doing this. When I went for a vaccination, there was a line there. I just stood there putting my hand on my heart there. I just stood like that. And it was there. So that you are feeling relaxed, there is no stress, and your heart is filled with love and kindness. So we can be doing this exercise anywhere we can do this exercise. And so we are expanding our heart and we are feeling stress-free. So thank you so much. It was so wonderful to have all of you here. If you have any question, we can take up the questions now.
Can I have a question,
Yes,
madam?
madam, I have one question.
Yes, please. Yes, Mr. Narendra.
My question is, you said about the charming about 2 years after the marriage, right? Is it
Yes.
for both male and females or any particular ones?
No, no, both. It is considering all the variables, they have made this study.
It's a wrong study, I think.
Madam, I have a question.
I mean, happiness is individual choice, I think.
Happiness is not a choice, it is a decision. Because when you have to choose from something, then you have to choose from good and bad. When it is a decision, you have already decided. So make
Madam,
happiness as a decision.
Madam,
Yes.
My failures lead me to sorrow. How can I experience happiness at times of sorrow?
When I have gratitude, gratitude is the first N which I have to nurture. The gratitude is the first habit that I have to start. When I have gratitude, in sorrow also I will be finding happiness. Because I have gratitude that whatever the sorrow I have now, because of loss of life of my loved one probably, but I am alive. I am also alive to pray for the deceased probably. So
Perhaps the happiness what we experience is more of temporary in nature.
So that is why we are talking about absolute happiness, because the happiness which is very temporary is because of all the material things which we wanted. Because when we talk about happiness, we always think, okay, I got this car, or probably I got this as a child, I got this toy and that made me happy. But actually that things don't make us happy. That is very short-lived. But if you would have helped somebody, that happiness which you got, that is the happiness which is permanent. So that is why we have to develop the habits of happiness, which is of absolute happiness, because those temporary are only pleasure.
But thank you. Thank you.
Ma'am, I have a question. Vishal here.
Yes, please.
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, you said about the serotonin, that hormone increases with when you stand in the sun for 1 minute. Is there any specific time for it, ma'am?
So in the morning is the best time, when the sun is rising, that is the best time. But otherwise also, you don't have to open your eyes, please. It is always good to remain closed eyes. And even if the sun is not there, because sun is, this exercise itself called sun exercise, but if the sun is not there, it is cloudy, you can also look at a flower also for some time and you can feel that you are getting that vibe. But it is always good to see the sun, early morning sun, or probably if the evening sun is also good enough.
6 to 8 is morning time is fine.
Fine, absolutely fine.
Ma'am, if at all we see it with the close, like normally we follow the sun gazing concept. So in that, if it is we gaze it with the open eyes, so is there a disadvantage?
Yes, we know that there are so many ultraviolet rays coming from the sun. We should not be having sun gazing at that moment. But with closed eyes, when you're standing with your palms closed, you will be able to absorb all that. Lot of serotonin.
Means that will help us in the mood swings.
It will help you. It will help you to stabilize your mood.
In both the genders?
Both the genders, yes. Every age group.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for all of this.
Thank you, Mr. Vishal. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Monica. That was a good presentation. And we conclude the day's session with your presentation. I would now request Mr. Daniel Jacob to summarize.
Can we have the audience poll, please? And you can remove your screen.
Yes, I'm stop sharing.
Yeah, the audience poll will be there.
Yeah, the poll is launched just now. Kindly cast your vote for Ms. Monica. Others, kindly stay muted.
पोल चला गया.
My poll is gone in the middle.
All is gone.
All has disappeared.
We are busy talking. Question answer was there.
No worries. I will relaunch the poll.
Thank you.
Please, thank
I'll relaunch it. No problem. It's just started. number of votes. We've got 1 more minute. Please go ahead. Seconds more. Fifteen seconds. And I'm ending the poll. Thank you, Mr. Mohan. You please continue.
Okay, thank you, Durga Prasad. Now, we'd like to thank all the participants for being here on the stage and honoring this platform. Thanks to Maria Velankani for the talk on technology, Rajiv Maniyar for Make Your Mark, Nitika Arora on Customer Championship, Azim Adil, Systems for Growth, and Dr. Monica Nagpal for Nurturing Habits of Happiness. Well, it's been a great evening. We'd like to also thank the day leader, Suma Rao. Can we have Suma Rao on the spotlight, please? Right. Suma Rao has been the day leader and has been working to ensure that all the participants are there and fit and prepared. So you're taking that effort. We sincerely thank you for that. And you being a participant and a competitor yourself, you're taking this responsibility. We'd like to thank the audience for your patience, for being here for 3.5 hours and getting enriched and empowered. So tomorrow we have a session, the 7th day of the competition. It's on 22nd April at 6 p.m. We'd like you to invite your friends, your well-wishers, and so many people, because this is the best time. You get 5 experts talking, and during this lockdown and times, it could be good that they can come and attend such programs. It really will be worthwhile for each one of them. So invite your friends and give them a great present by means of listening to the world's best trainers. At the same time, we'd like you to remind you of Mr. Arun's program on April 25th. We'd like you all to support the program big time, okay? Because whatever you're doing something great. I can tell you that much. One is enriching yourself and contributing to the society. I'm not fed up of saying this because the cause is really great and genuine. So kindly register yourself for the seminar of Mr. Arun on April 25th. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of it, and look forward to seeing you at 6 p.m. tomorrow for day 7. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Danny, and your team. Well done.
Durga Prasad and Mohan. And Mohan, special thanks to you for teaching my team about, helping my team about connecting and technical glitches. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much.
My team, everyone were there today. So happy. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Can you come on screen?
Can you come on screen?
Yeah.
Don't hide behind the camera.
Right.
1 second, starting my video.
Thank you, Suma. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. It's such a great team effort, and I've been telling Mohan and Durga Prasad, Daniel again, it's become a family now,
Absolutely.
7 days into this, I think 10 days into this, and it's more like a bonding is going, 1 notch up every day.
Yes.
But
attending the program, and so much of information download, and caring in terms of knowledge share. How much value can we give for that? There is no value for that,
But we cannot unplug now. And we cannot unplug now. In this COVID-19, we cannot unplug.
But still, being plugged onto the, virtual systems, it's also, great, an effort, and everyone being there. And I'm very proud that I've been associated with this great organization. And these 4 people starting from Mr. Arun Subramaniam to Mohan, Durga Prasad, Daniel, you know, their constant dedication and integrity to put up the program every day without any glitch, you know, without any pain at all. They are very happy to present every day. 5:30 on dot, they are there to help us out. And that is the give back to the society. You know, if we are talking about give back to the society, this is the give back. You know, if anyone can give money, but giving their time back is most important, you know, and this is a service. So hats off to you guys, and so proud that I'm associated with this team and this platform, and amazing, you know, it's becoming more and more family every day, you know, every time I think, why should I log in today? Then I say, no, this is my platform, let me log in. So that's becoming, and I'm seeing your commitment, you know. Great. Thank you so much for everyone.
And you have another 2 more Wednesdays, right?
Yes, 3 more Wednesdays, Danny. This is the first Wednesday.
Oh, 15 more participants.
Yes,
You got a task all cut out. Okay.
Yes.
And I know you're doing a great job motivating people. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Really congrats, Suma, and all team, Danny sir, everybody, Chidambaram here. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Stay safe, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Stay healthy. Stay healthy. Stay safe.
And stay happy.
Yes,
stay happy. The session ended with being happy, so that's wonderful. You know, thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye. Good night. Bye.
And thanks, Mr. Habib. And get your Singapore in for the program.
That's beautiful.
Okay.
Looking forward to. Bye. See ya tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.